Peace to the guys. Peace to the guys. Pardon me. Just hopped off the phone. But yeah, man, we about to get into it. There's some problems that's going on in this community. And just like how it used to be when I was growing up, they had these different gangs. I'm gonna just cut right to it. They call it spring cleaning. Anybody that's a part of the community that's not really about the community, gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Gotta go. And I'm a type of person, I work with you. I work with students, and that's one of my passions is working with the youth for the future, and really securing our future as a people, because without them, we have no future. But the biggest thing is we got people out here that want to terrorize, utilize, and corrupt people's minds, especially the youth minds. But we're going to get all into that today. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get all into that today. But give me just a second. I'm still setting up. I'm going to let y'all come in. Y'all go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and comment. Some of y'all in here already and y'all ain't said a word. Speak. Speak when you walk in. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of weird, you know? But yeah, definitely hit the like, share the platform, because it's about to be a real interesting and deep conversation. This is a conversation that a lot of people don't want to talk about for some reason, but it has to be talked about. And it's definitely going to be talked about on this platform. Peace to the guys. Good evening. Shoot, good morning, wherever you at. You know what I'm saying? Because I know we got people all over the world that watch this platform. So we definitely going to get into a song for sure. I like to get the vibrations popping. But let me set up. My bad. I just got off the phone hearing about some other stuff. You know what I mean? So this is definitely an issue. Let me see what we got today. You know what? I'm feeling this today. I played this before, and I'll go ahead and throw the video at y'all too. But this is how I really feel. That's how I really feel right here. And while we still coming in, because I know a lot of us on CP time anyway, when it comes to the audience, y'all know the schedule. Y'all know it's supposed to be at 9 o'clock Central Time, but we gonna all come in eventually. But here we go.
Just got a call from the comrade. He said I need a favor, blood. That ain't nothing, God, but these phone lines is flaming, bruh. Meet me at the spot quickly, hit me to the details. We gotta be sneaky if we wanna prove theirs. Brother hands is tied, some transpired in his backyard. All fingers point to him if he react, God. The pigs is involved, they pretending to target. This dude gotta go, he violated somebody's daughter.
Straight up and down, man, violate.
The homie from OT,
slow down,
that ain't about nothing. Cause the brother
way,
owed me a favor. We handled a problem for him a couple months back. Did it real smooth, where it wouldn't come back. So on him, he said no problem. When I kited him, wait for things to die down, then we gon' bring the violence. Spent a couple months to get the routine down, yes sir. You already know how that revenge is best served. Got artillery and killers with ability to pop up. Wait for things to get slippery, then we gon' drop him. He got off scot-free on a technicality. A victim dies 1,000 deaths when justice isn't handled properly. Crept up on his property, his eye bugged when he saw the heat. Talking about don't kill me, but we ain't here for talking, B. We came dressed like UPS, and I brought a package. Oh, so you like touching girls, you little faggot? Lessons to be taught, but don't get caught. Justice must be brought, but don't get caught. What's the law? Put the ball in your court. Get it done, but don't get caught. Blending with the dark, and don't get caught. Study your mark and don't get caught. You know you right. In your heart of hearts, stake out your enemies and don't get caught. crossing T's, dotting I's. See opportunity and then you capitalize. Never send a boy to do a man's job, or use silk to go and swat flies. If we serious about this cracker's demise, then we gotta be wise and improvise. Anytime someone molests a child, he should be fed his fingers before he dies. Now these ain't just rhymes, I'm tired of being tired. Pigs kill our babies and they mamas cry. Brothers say it is what it is and don't even try. Figure a limb for a limb and an eye for an eye will make a fool think twice and make a spy recognize. Those the same people that put fire to your behinds. Of any to ever endeavor in our defeat, they had to make us think that we are free. We're unstoppable when faced with adversity. We gotta put in work, but DGC, laundry list of enemies. We gotta stop this onslaught. Get it done, but don't get caught. The spook who sat by the door, warriors I implore. DGC, this is raw shadow law. The sword is they lord, but that bow make them bow. Ask Nanny, ask Zumbi, and ask Hannibal. Lessons to be taught, but don't get caught. Yeah. Justice must be brought, but don't get caught. What's the law? Put the ball in your court. Get it done, but blend in with the dark and don't get caught. Study your mark and don't get caught. You know you're right. In your heart of hearts, stake out your enemies and don't get caught. Black man, we got creeps, pedophiles, roaming our neighborhoods, our communities, preying on our children. What we waiting for? Approval from who? Mask up, load up, and handle our business. But don't get caught. Yeah, don't get caught. Yeah. Mayasa, Asapo. Yeah. The King of Kings, Lord of Lords.
Peace to the guys. United Front, and that's a true message, because we got to get these creeps out the community, out the neighborhood, out of existence. In my opinion, certain things just can't get fixed. So, and that's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to get into a conversation because this is a much needed conversation. A lot of us are scared to talk about it for whatever reason. A lot of us are even scared to talk to the rightful people. You're in a group, you're in an organization, you're scared to go to the higher ups about a specific person. And there's some things going on. Some of us don't even check the backgrounds of peoples that we in a picture with. We out here taking pictures, we doing things for the community and righteous things for the community, but some of us have a background. I say some of us because we all in a community together. So we got to watch who we're around. There's a lot of people in this community that we feel like we could trust. Sometimes we even put our children around. You know what I'm saying? And we don't know what are their background when it comes to children in the first place. So we definitely got to clean house. We definitely got to do the right things for our people ultimately. And anybody that touched the youth, hurt women, things like that, it's just a no-go. I don't want you around me. I don't even want to see you. You know what I'm saying? So, but I do have some sisters. It's crazy that we have sisters that want to speak up about this instead of the brother. We're the brothers that's really coming out about this issue. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, all the brothers get real hush-hush when it comes to this. It's very weird. That's weirdo shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but I got a bunch of sisters that want to talk about some of the things that's going on in the movement, and it has to be addressed. And this is not no, hearsay, gossip. This is actual fact. Everything that's about to be presented, it's an actual fact. Things you could actually look up and you could see for yourself. So I don't want any hearsay on the platform. Actual facts will be presented. I'm going to go ahead and bring my sisters up. They're going to introduce themselves, and we're just going to have a conversation. We're just gonna have a conversation. Sister, I said, I got my sisters up. Hold on, one more.
Peace, peace.
Boom, boom. Peace, peace.
What's up,
Is
my
that-
black? What's up, I said?
How y'all
What's
doing? How
up?
y'all
Hey,
doing?
Sister Lacity. Hey, Sister Daya.
Hey, how y'all doing? Peace. Peace and
Mm-hmm.
blessings, everyone.
Got a beautiful black woman on the platform. Love to see it. Love to see it. I think you're on mute. Oh, yeah, you're on mute.
Oh.
Miss Shakur, you're on mute. There you go.
Peace of power, family. How is everyone?
Y'all good. Y'all good.
Good,
Everything is
good.
good. Everything is good. You know. So I wanted to bring you sisters to the platform. As you know, just like I know, there's a lot of stuff that's going on in the community. A lot of stuff going on in general. But I'm ready to clean house. I'm ready to get the people that don't supposed to be in the movement out of the movement. Because it's starting to get a little ridiculous in my eyes. When it comes to a lot of different people, especially someone in particular, and that's in a higher ranking. But we're going to get into all of that. So uh, first thing, I want to talk to you, sisters, and you can introduce yourself and what you're a part of, what you represent, things like that. So whoever want to go first.
I get it over with. So I'm Sister Aset. I am a conductor with Sisters of the Underground, a crisis network. What I call it? We deal with crisis in the community, bringing the awareness to the public, to the forefront, just letting people know what's going on. A lot of times I speak about different topics um, from state to state, and the people have no idea that this is going on in their community. So we definitely need to get the message out more frequently and more powerful.
Mm,
Black power.
like,
Like, wow,
yeah,
whoever next.
I can go.
I'll go at once.
I can go next. I'm Sister Nadia. A coalition. I'm a co-founder of a coalition Underserved Missing DAs for Virginia. So we started probably about a year ago. This grassroots organizations, nothing funded, nothing like that. It just started with we just had an influx of missing people in Richmond, Virginia, and surrounding counties, and Northern Virginia. So even down the Hampton Roads. So it was just a group effort that we just came together to try to, shed the spotlight on all of these missing people. And they're all different ages. It really started for me with a young sister that was a good friend of my son's. They graduated high school together, and she went missing, and then she was found later on by somebody in the community in the back of a car on the floorboard. But she had been seen previously at some restaurant in South Richmond, like Chesterfield County, on camera with this guy from New York. And I don't know whatever happened to him, but that's how it started with us because a lot of us knew her. I mean, she used to live across the street from me, you know. So it was just a lot. So we just got this coalition together to try to put more emphasis on the things that were going on in our community online and sharing any, not just Virginia residents, but anybody that came across, our feed, whatever, going to different sites, um, then linked up with Sister Lacey and I said, and, just keeping in contact with them because they had the national organization. So, very close to the two of them, and we've done other interviews like this, just trying to bring more awareness.
Mhm.
But at this particular point in time, I'm gonna hand this over to the other sister so she can introduce herself.
Peace. So I'm Sister Lacady. I am with Sisters of the Underground. I am based in Nevada, specifically Las Vegas, Nevada. Um, We are a crisis response network. And what that means is we work with multiple organizations in the essence where we have a crisis of a missing person, our men, women, or children. We also respond to domestic violence calls in case someone needs to be removed from a situation and provided transportation to another safer location. Um, there's like a long list of different things that we do. We kind of started with missing persons and moved on into domestic violence and providing food and shelter to basically anyone that reaches out to us. When we have a chance, we will supply groceries to our women in the communities that contact us. So when we say network, we are our own individual organization, but we work with multiple community organizations. More so lately, it has been regular community organizations and not just the movement, if you will. We've kind of pushed along past that because we received a lot of resistance when it came to working with different members of these organizations, which brings us to tonight
I wonder why.
specifically. You said why? Did you ask me
I
why?
was saying I wonder why.
Oh,
Yeah, a lot of resistance.
it's we don't know.
Was a whole lot of them ass pedophiles. That's why.
We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that.
But so that's who I am. I've been Sister Chantel and I have been together I think 3 years, sis. We've been doing Sisters of the Underground for 3 years. So that's who I am. We'll let Mo go ahead and say her city and say what she does.
Okay. I rock with SOTU. Head of security, and I'm a conductor in the Tennessee chapter.
For sure. For sure. So yeah. So I just want to get right into it. Just to clear it up because there's a lot of brothers and sisters that's a part of the movement, different organizations, and of course, like you said, you've been in contact with a lot of these different organizations or have some type of connections, per se. But not to say that you've seen a lot and you probably noticed a lot with a lot of these people, gentlemen, women, things like that. So I just want to get right into it. So we here to talk about someone in specific, but we want to use this person as an example because there's many like him. So
That may be Sister Amaka.
say it again.
That may be, excuse me for cutting you off. That may be Sister Amaka trying to come in.
Okay, let me see. No.
But she'll be in shortly. She just sent me a message.
Okay, I got
Oh,
you. I got you. Yeah,
sorry.
as soon as I see her, I'll put her up. Yeah, but yeah, definitely. So some of y'all have seen the thumbnail, and that's a particular person that's a part of the movement that actually have, or had a high ranking position, which is interesting. Now, with a lot of these movies, they do background checks. Am I correct?
I'm supposed to.
Okay. Because I'm wondering how hard it is to actually figure some of this out. So let me do this. Let me do this really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Really quick. I'm gonna share my screen
Okay.
because this one is. As soon as you type the name in, it just popped right up.
Right up. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, all right, let's do this because background checks. Some names you can just put them right in Google and they'll pop up. Some names you have to do a little more research.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's just do a little copy and paste right here. Bing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hit enter. Right here. First link. First link. So we're just gonna hop, like I said, we're just gonna hop right into it. This is a person that's a same person on the thumbnail.
Mm-hmm.
This is a person that had a high ranking position. Now, just to clear this up,
Mm-hmm.
he's not a part of the new Black Panther Party. He was just per se kicked out just recently, if I'm not mistaken, right? So just recently, he's been a part of the
Only
movement.
because we made some noise about it. Only because we wouldn't let this shit rest. That's the only reason why.
Yeah, it's been pushed to the back and pretty much ignored, or because like you said, he was high ranking, but as far as his rank, we really don't give
Yeah,
some expletives about rank. It's just about safety, and he is unsafe.
absolutely, absolutely. Now he's just going to be used as an example, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because this is just one of them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm hearing that there's a few other ones, and I actually looked up a couple of other names, and then it popped up.
Mm-hmm.
Now I just want to, I'm gonna take this off now because that's just how easy for me to find it out. Now I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, if I could find it that easily, what's really going on with the movement to have all these brothers and then some of the sisters not to even
Mm.
see that? It's either
I see it.
they know it and they ignore it, or
That
you
part.
know, we playing dumb. So I don't know. I know what's really going on. I don't know if you could speculate what's going on with some of these people in the movement, and then for this person to have a higher a ranking position, at some point. But if y'all want to talk about, what hits your mind when it comes to that, just people ignoring it, like what's going on with that?
Well, for myself, it's a concern because I invited so I went to a 2A march in Mississippi. Um, we went to Natchez for Juneteenth, and I think this is about a year ago. And so my concern is because my children are watching me in the movement, do community work, and I want my children to one day be involved. So one of my daughters that's underage, she came with me because I want to see. I want my children to see what am I doing when I'm gone away for the weekend.
Right.
Mhm.
So my daughter was there, and she was in the line with us marching, but she got tired. It just wasn't fit for her. So because I trusted the people that I was around, I let her go away from me so she can ride on the truck. But
Mm-hmm.
this is before I knew this about him. But had I knew all this was going on with him, I put my child at risk because now I'm looking at who else is around us,
Mm-hmm.
and my child is not there for me to protect her if anything happened. I mean, and it's been several cases too where um brothers help me walk to the car to carrying things.
Yeah.
It's late, we by ourselves, whatever the case. It could be even I'm helping somebody, helping a brother, and I'm alone with somebody that I don't know that can harm me because my guards are down because I'm thinking that everybody's safe to be around.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a concern for me because people are bringing their children. I have seen other people's children out there, and we're trusting our fellow comrades who are children around.
Mm.
Right.
Exactly, because I brought mine to Tulsa.
Yeah.
And so the concern for me is that this particular individual that we're speaking about
Yeah.
currently, he is currently running his own organization. He's doing, I don't even know what it's technically called, but he has a youth program where he's directly working with underage children. And with these type of charges on his record, convictions or charges, the accusation alone is enough to say he should not be around our children. However, just like you just pulled up, it is public information that is readily available. So this person should not be by himself around any children, let alone a group of children. Who knows what he's teaching them? Who knows what he's doing when he's alone with them?
Right.
He's having parents drop their children off, and he's going taking them to some kind of youth program camp, whatever it is that he's doing. And me working with underprivileged children for so long, that is definitely the concern for me. If he's done this before, he's bound to do it again. So why should our children be put in harm's way unnecessarily when we know that this person has
Mhm.
these type of things in his background?
That's right.
Absolutely.
He's
See,
offering reliable, so-called reliable transportation. A lot of little stuff you could find out on his page. Um,
mhm.
and that's really how I found out where he was conducting these so-called workshops for quote unquote the youth. Um,
Yeah, I got it up here on the screen.
yeah, it's a very dangerous situation. Like I said, he's even offering transportation, and you don't know what if he's trying to groom these children for something. We don't know these people that he's also recruited, because he's always recruiting. There's something going on with all these links as far as donations and things like that, which are very, very questionable as far as what he's doing with this money, because he's receiving it from different sources. We found out. Um, we don't.
He's also currently harassing a sister. We have documentation. This sister's been
Threatening.
crying out for
Oh yeah,
help for a while, and
So that white don't come in here no more.
yeah. Well, she said something, but I don't know if it's the same sister, Sister Chantel. But I was on a call with her probably a few months ago, and she said that he was stalking her, and she had some guy at her house, and he came to her house to try to do something to the guy or threaten him or whatever, and threaten her that he better not catch him, the guy over there anymore. It was just a lot. And no, excuse me, I was dealing with this barrel thing over here, so I just started coughing. Just please ignore me. I'm gonna try to hit the mute real quick. But nevertheless, she was dealing with that, so we were on a call with her a couple months ago. So basically, in a nutshell, he's still up to his old tricks. When you Google him, you saw that there was quite a few links that came up.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, that's a reason, because he has a lot of charges, gang rape being another one. So not knowing what his intentions are with these children, it doesn't even matter at this point. He just, like Sister Sadie said, he doesn't need to be around anybody's child.
Absolutely.
It's just it in a nutshell. So having to contact us, say, nah, I think said a couple of brothers as well, contacting the just to get them the heads up, sound the alarm for back, for lack of a better way of putting it. Um, I mean, they have to be notified that they have a predator in their midst around these children, and the parents of these children need to be notified that a predator has been around their children, and not to
Absolutely.
be sending him money for because the flyer made up also showed the different sites that he would want you to donate money to. Don't send no money to that dude. We don't know what he's doing.
Mm.
Don't send him no money.
Well, and then we and so we get asked the question, why do we quote unquote expose these individuals? Nothing is going to happen. They're still going to be part of the movement. And so we have that same question. Why isn't anything being done? This is not just some made up accusations that we're pulling out of the air. and accusing him because we're on some sort of witch hunt. This is information that you can go and grab yourself to verify what we're saying is true. And so honestly, we don't have an answer when people ask us that, because when we do tell these leaders that, you know, we have these type of people in our midst,
We get called
we're the
feminist.
ones that get
Yep, I was
Oh,
just going to say that. I said
We get
get
blackballed.
feminists, we get
We
blackballed.
get take that down. Don't put that on. Take it down.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And
Well,
these are
Queen,
children.
have
I mean, everything
have
for real. Oh, but these are children. We're not just gonna sit back and just turn a blind eye and a deaf ear and be like, okay, well, we can't do nothing. We can do what we can do. But some of the brothers are really upset about it because the same reason, because it just keeps being put on the back burner, or they're just putting on a giant umbrella and just covering it up. I know one brother in particular. Um, to talk to him, and he was saying that he had exposed this probably about 9 years ago, um, and sent a message. I don't know if it was in the form of a letter or email or whatever, but he contacted other leaders of other groups to let them know that this guy is trying to get into his group, and he may try to group hop or whatever, organization hop, and offer his security services to this brother in another Panther movement. And he did the background check as he was supposed to, security, and found out all this information. He was like, no, we can't work with you. So that's why he sounded the alarm to the other groups to let them know he may try to come through and try to join you all. So this was about 9 years ago, and like the sister said, whenever any sister says anything, we just gonna get shut down anyway. Ain't nobody gonna listen to us.
Queen, we have it been brought up about the actual. Can y'all hear me before I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, has it been brought up about the letter he wrote to the judge acknowledging that he was an informant, a federal informant?
That's all that.
That's the
Makes
most
sense.
important piece of the puzzle to what we're trying to put together as far as getting that information to the public. They need to know that this is an operation of COINTELPRO. And I mean, it's clear. It's clear that the description of what COINTELPRO is, this is what this man is acknowledged that he's worked with the federal government. He's worked with the local police in his city to do whatever they were demanding for him to do. This was a letter that I submitted in black and white. This public knowledge. The queen that was stating that he went to her house and harassed her, she pointed out where I could get this information. And I hate to put the queen on, Front Street, because it's very important that I keep her protected at all times.
Right.
It's just that, I want it to be understood that this information is there. We can go online. This man, I mean, even down to the envelope that this information was submitted to the judge in, because he was in the penal system in the state of Florida. That information is date stamped, everything that needs to be there, so you can see this is nothing that is something that people have come together and grafted for him to be defamed. This is actual documentation showing that this man is an operative. So it's no more, how can we cover up or deny that this guy is a immediate threat to the movement as a whole? Anyone who can harbor such a heinous individual is working in that same type of, counter-revolutionary capacity, and they must be put on the forefront and called out for it. So anyone that is going along with this or sweeping it under the rug, any type of clickism and anything that is not right and exact with being what we know that we should be as revolutionaries, they have to be called out, especially with a operative who has acknowledged in black and white that he is an operative. You know,
And you gotta
um,
think the mathematics on that, sister. How long does he stay after he gets charged, so called charged? How long does he stay locked up? You see
for
his
the child
charges.
molestation or
It,
for the
just when for the offenses, like when you go online and you pull up, his record, and
right.
it's pretty long. So how long? It doesn't seem like whatever he's charged for, he's staying in there long.
What's
And I wonder
happening
why that
is
is.
what's happening is ever so often he's a registered sex offender. So
Yeah.
ever so often that state, which is Florida, is
Mm-hmm.
going back reviewing his case. He has to re-register ever so often. That's
Mm-hmm.
why you keep seeing those dates and they're current. I think the last one was like 2022 or something
It
like that.
was.
That's
That's what
because he's
I
having to re-register and
thought.
show. So he is on a documented registry. And so if he's got pictures where he's participating in a program, I'm not understanding why someone is not showing that, because he's got to have a probation officer or a parole officer. He's got to have somebody that's supervising his, behavior while he's out here on the street. He
Yeah.
served state prison time. So I'm sure he's got some type of command that he has, he's responsible to report to. It's
Yeah.
just a matter of us being organized to cut out any type of, situation like what he's displaying. And not just him. It's a list of brothers. It's a brother Polite. I hate to bring his name into this, but
No,
it's so
break the name
many
too.
people that we can bring up that's being accused of these type of crimes. And
Mm-hmm.
it's people that still support these people.
Yeah,
But
and
this
he already pled guilty.
But I got to say this. So we is bringing the shit to the light. I'm just gonna be real with you. I ain't gonna talk
Bring it all to the light. Yeah.
but we bringing it to the light. But the thing is, ain't nothing been done about it. Because
Right.
like we said, when we bring it to the light, it's always said it's some back burner shit. We get accused of being feminists and all type of, we get blackballed, which don't nobody give a fuck about that because we still gonna
Say it. Say
don't
it.
nobody care about that. It
Right.
just show they true colors. They with the shit too. Half of their ass under investigation too. We got information on their ass too. So who do we go to when the elders can't get rid of your ass, or if we make enough noise and that certain formation get rid of you, and you go make another formation? Like, what is it that we do?
Well, the
some
other
stuff is
formation
beyond
is
the
being
Other
movement.
than
supported as well.
like what we see, like you said, the probation and da 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 da. We can report this shit. We can do that. But if he's a
Exactly, Queen.
government informant and he you know what I'm saying, he up on the radar and he working with the folks, then I mean, what's the next move?
Exactly. So he's
What's the
out
next
of our
move?
jurisdiction at that point. He's on. Listen, the Queen, and I do not do rumors and gossip, but the Queen also, this thing is so deep. This is a rabbit hole. When you're dealing
It
with these
is.
operatives and provocateurs and all of that, it's technology. It has to where some of these people are a chip. I know that sounds far-fetched,
No, it
but
don't.
what I'm telling you is when you're dealing with people with that type of, uh, the record like this brother Hill has that we're talking about,
Yeah.
we got to handle this. He's already in the system. So we go ahead and give him back to the system. We're not going to play with this. Ain't like a regular situation where you got a regular brother who got some problems. And now we got to get the elders in. We got to get the, leaders in. We got to sit down at the table and figure out what we're going to do. No, this is a brother who is in the system working for the system.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what? We're going to listen, system, get your little whatever this is, get your plan. Because we see who he is, his mission is up. It's not working here. And I think that'll do wonders for everybody. Because he's not only working with the children, he's scamming for money. He scammed me for money. I have the receipts on that. Everything, like I was telling the sister earlier, everything that has been brought up against this brother, there has been receipts for it. This isn't rumors and gossip. We
Right.
don't gossip. You know, your organization, mine, we always coming with the receipts. And
Yeah.
these people up until now have been able to maneuver around what we presented to them, these leaders.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying with this brother right here, when we got something like this heinous, we got to give him back to where he come from. You came from the
They
system.
maneuvering around the situation because they motherfucking hand in the pot too.
Absolutely.
Man.
Well, he's
Absolutely.
calling himself an attorney, presented himself as an attorney, and he's paid thousands of dollars for whatever it was he was trying to get for somebody by misrepresenting himself. He calls himself a minister. He tries to link himself to the Nation of Islam that I'm from. Would never have accepted him at all. Um, and that's from Muhammad's temple. So, because they do background checks, and I'm 30 years in as an MGT, so I already know that the temple wouldn't have accepted him. They actually do security background checks for people. So even if you come in the door, so
That ball
he,
was
he's
dropped.
just linking himself to different organizations, different people he's getting support from. And if you go on this page, you see quite a few people on there supporting him, but mostly it's because I don't think that they know who and what he is.
I
you know
disagree,
Even
sis. I
some
But
of his
believe
that's
they know
because
even
they're
them.
some of
not
his
doing
recruits,
background
I don't
checks.
know,
If
because I don't know
everybody
any
do
of them.
background checks like
Boom.
they say they gonna do, like
Yeah.
they supposed to do, then you gonna automatically know shit
Yeah,
who
well,
the
that's for
Oh,
the
leader is.
organizations, but I'm talking about people that come on his post as just people just out there. You
Oh,
get very
well, you
random.
know,
Oh,
women
okay,
That's
supporting.
what I'm saying.
okay,
I don't think
Queen.
they
I see
know
what
who
you're
this
saying.
dude is.
Yeah,
That's all
you
I'm
right.
saying.
You
I'm
right.
gonna tell you the problem. I think a lot of the people are just trusting the leadership.
Yeah.
Now,
absolutely.
if the leadership is not catching this, like I don't know, my street
The
smart
leadership
people,
know. The
people.
leadership know all this stuff.
That
These
should have been
leaders be
reported a long
knowing.
time ago. This
So
this
if the leadership know about it, what did that make the leadership? If y'all saying that this particular person is an informant, what did that make the leadership if the leadership noticed?
That was
Hmm.
the point I was making. Cause at one point back here last year, we called out the worst of the worst motherfuckers. We did. I mean, like we had documentation. We had uh uh people was writing statements from the neighborhood. I mean, victims and everything else,
um,
and leadership was still sitting up saying, I don't believe that. He a good dude. He a good brother. How can you ignore all this information? If the elders want to do a tribunal and they trying to do a tribunal and he keeps skipping tribunals, you know
mhm.
what I'm saying? What do you do about it?
Listen, I've been attacked. I was recently verbally attacked by leadership because of the cronyism and clickism that is associated with it. Started from this topic that we on now. And I just thank God because this has been a process, even getting it to where you guys know about it. At one time, I was told not to talk about it. It was, that's why I had to resign from that particular organization because the leadership refused to, deal with the issue. And now I'm being attacked because I'm taking a stance on that. I'm warning everybody. Listen, the leadership is going along with these type of issues because of clickism.
Mhm.
This ain't, I didn't call the name of the organization, but people knew
Okay,
because
that's the problem. That's the problem. I don't mean to cut you out, Queen. I don't. That's the problem. See what
Call
you
them
just
out.
said. You don't want to call out the organization. Call these motherfucking niggas out, man.
Call them out.
Call these motherfucking niggas out.
Because we really got to clean house. We got to stop
Real
playing.
talk,
yes,
bro.
We talking about children at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Men
yes,
and
Malik
women.
Zulu
It's
Shabazz
going way too
Our
far.
organization.
motherfucking our shit count too.
It's going way too far. You know
That
what I'm saying?
Lily count too.
Yeah,
Shit.
Okay, well, it ain't no secret at this point. Everybody know it's the lead under the leadership of Malik Zulu Shabazz, who I looked up to at one point. Would have
we all have. Yeah.
gave my life, and I was basically attacked for trying to report that this guy, because me and him both shared co-commander seats. for the region in which I am a part of, which is the Southeastern region. And then we were both promoted up or whatever to national officials. And I was told, you know, when I was going to Malik saying, hey, this man is getting complaints from several different people, men and women, about money, misappropriating funds. He stole money from me, saying he was going to pay me back and that the money was going to be used for the things that the organization needed. And I was, basically told that I was a troublemaker. And I still have, I keep text messages of stuff like that. So if anybody ever wanted to call my hand on it, I will always, have the information to show. Because at the end of the day, it's I have to protect myself. Like you saying, Queen, it's so many times we done showed them information and they still turn and say, well, it ain't nothing we can do about it. So I make sure that when I get information like that,
I don't believe that. He a solid stand-up dude. I know. I done had conversations with these raggedy
exactly. So it's really got to be some. Number one, I think that we hold on to things that we don't have to. Just like this brother right here. This brother is a brother that I'm just meeting in the movement. And I think the circle that we think is the circle is only a small portion of what the movement looks like. So if we get what we're doing now, we're on a different platform. We need to get on several different platforms, reach out to different, people in different parts of the movement and get this information out. Then we'll be doing a justice for what we're trying to do anyway. We can't leave it up to the so-called leadership that we knew that was presiding over the movement in the small capacity that we started out in. At this point, they've proven that they are no longer worthy to be leaders. And I hate to say that, because it breaks your heart, especially when you got people that is serious about wanting to be a revolutionary and join something that's strong, and then they come in and they see this, it's like they might as well stay out in the world in the civilian capacity and do whatever as an individual. So if it starts with us, then it starts with us. But we gotta rebuild. We gotta dismantle and rebuild. It starts with us.
I agree with
When
that.
you rebuild, you seen as a troublemaker also because now it's like you mutinied the ship or whatever, but you can't stay on the ship that's sinking. You know what I'm saying? You got to
Absolutely.
save yourself, and then if you saving yourself, then hopefully you can help other people. But I can't say specifically if it's sinking per se, but what I can say is that a lot of sisters are moving on because of lack of protection for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to go to your fathers, your brothers, and things like that, and just look back and be like, okay, well, I did that, and I've been there, I've done that. I got to get back to my family for my protection because it ain't happening over there. It's just not. I got a case coming up with the sister coalition that her son was raped and have to go back to court. I think it's next week. But it was hard for me to even get security for the first time we had to get. Um, Sister Nadia can handle it. Well, that was local chair, and I hadn't had any training, or whatever. But I was still gonna be there for the sister. I was still gonna be here for her this time, unless she
Your
says sister.
natural instinct don't kick in.
My natural instinct kicked in, so it's like you just rebuffed by people that I didn't ask to join. I was asked to join. So you try to put your heart into things, to help your people. And it's just very disheartening when it just goes wrong because now you can't trust the people that you feel like you're supposed to trust because of reputation. It's a Black Panther party, rah, 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 whatever. But then you find out it's just not what you thought it was going to be. So then you have to go on your own.
See,
You
these people got orders. These people got a set of orders. They knew what they was coming in to do. They came in here to dismantle this movement, to tear this down.
Yeah.
I had to come to that realization. It can't be this much corruption that's being covered up. These people came in here with a set of orders. When I saw that that man had wrote that paper to the judge and put
That's
that he had been working with the feds, I knew right then what that was.
Bro,
And then the fact that
where can I find it?
We'll send it to you.
right,
All right.
this is yes, please
That
make sure
was
that
my
you
first.
spread this information, get this information to as many people as you can. Because like we was just talking about, this man is still some kind of way finding people that he getting money from. I just submitted some receipts to the Queen where this man got what $3,200 from the Queen the other day, stating that he was an attorney.
Right.
And in the essence of being transparent and bringing receipts, does anyone have a copy of the letter that they could share now to Brother OC so he can put that up?
Yeah, you can send it to my email.
Because I don't want anyone to start all that rah about we're on a witch hunt. We're trying to. I want this information.
Because they already saying we fed.
I mean, right. Well,
that's some bull.
Yes.
Oh, Mo, you almost Mo.
Okay, I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
No, you're not gonna shut up. Don't shut up. You almost made me say something. That's all I was saying. You almost made me say something. But don't ever shut up. I told
Mo gonna be quiet for a minute.
Talk your talk.
It's wild out here. It's the wild west.
Lined up around this motherfucker.
It's the wild west. Hold on, I'm gonna send it.
You going? Okay, thank you, Quinn.
Yeah. So
we collected receipts for a while, brother. Because stuff just keeps coming up, and like you said before, certain things aren't hard to find, but then somebody may have something, a receipt that you don't have, and they send it to you because they know, what it is that you're trying to do. In all respect and honor, to try to say, any of us that may come in contact, like Sis was saying earlier, she'd be out there with her child, Sis was saying she'd be out there with her child on a march or something, and the child gets tired, and you go let them hang out with your comrades, and find out some of those comrades not comrades. And I always say, if I can't share a foxhole with you doing war, then I don't need to be around you.
Shit, not only I said I bring mine, and I got young. Well, shit, I got grown children too, but 3 of them young. You know what I'm saying? Shit, they go with me when I train down in the backwoods in Mississippi, and I'm with these niggas. They was with me in Tulsa. You know what I'm saying? Like they boots be on the ground too. They be excited in the motherfucker talking about, mama, we Cubs. I be like, y'all motherfuckers,
yeah.
So it's not just a concern for those of us that wear the uniform and march with these individuals. I'm more concerned with the access these people have on a daily basis. If we're concerned about our children being around them, and we live in several different states, I'm all the way on the West Coast, thousands of miles from you all, I would be concerned with having my child around him. But think about these parents that do not know that this person is guilty of these things, and he's with their children on a daily or weekly basis. Again, we have to think about what he's teaching these children. He's disguising it as a youth program, but what type of youth program are you running, man?
Are you
and what is he doing?
And what are you doing?
Enough to rape women and gang rape and physically and sexually abuse women, shit, he'll do it to children too.
We got to talk about the charges. Gang rape. He's literally on the sex assault registry. He literally is stalking sisters, harassing sisters. What is he, going to do next? What is coming next? Why do we wait until something happens to say, oh, and then he's also telling you this information, and people asking, well, why you just now saying something? We haven't just said something. We said something. When we find out, we immediately share what we have. We do not sit on this information.
Right.
What it is when we do say something, everyone around us tries to hush us up.
Uh-huh.
We are a small, very small organization. So we do not have the media platform that some of these larger organizations have. We don't have the numbers or the members. So at some point, oh, we got the letter.
Excuse me.
Stop talking. I can't see y'all. So
Hold, hold on, like I'm trying
Let's
to
send it to you, Queen.
make it out myself. Now, let me see if I can make it bigger.
And
All right,
there's an envelope that goes with that as well.
say it again.
I said there's an envelope that goes with it as well.
Mm.
Okay, so it says hey,
Can you read it?
something little. Now it says Jerome Williams. Now is that his real name? From
Yes.
Yes.
okay, so from Jerome Williams. So I could barely read it. Just I'm trying to write to you. Yeah, I could barely read it, but I tell you what, I'm gonna put this on the community tab so the people can view that. I'm going to put that on the community tab for the people, so y'all can go in and take a look at
Um,
that yourself.
Another thing that he's doing, I'm on me. Okay, another thing that he's doing is that I noticed in the past that he will make a flyer and put an address. So and then we have called some of the places that he were going to have these events at, and then
Mhm.
they didn't know. So why are you making flyers for people to come? I mean, that kind of just that's real suspect.
Exactly.
Are you trying
COINTELPRO
to
Queen.
lure? I mean, why would you make a flyer and say you're going to be here, you're doing the event, we call
Mm-hmm.
the place, they don't know nothing about it. And
Mm-hmm.
then he cancels it right before the event.
We have to put political education. We have to look at the history of COINTELPRO. We have to look at the tactics that was used against our people, like
Mm-hmm.
draining the money out the people, breaking, because number one, it takes money to fund wars.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna go up against anything, you got to have your pockets right. So if you thinking in the opposition to that, your primary thing would be to get the money, drain the people of the money, so they can't, they could be discouraged and distracted and not
Mm-hmm.
have the means to want to fight. You know, we
Yeah.
know that that's how the system has been designed anyway. They always try to keep us off base, off balance, so that whatever they're trying to push, they can push. So you got to think about these are like this man. You cannot tell me this man don't have some orders. He got orders. The people that's going along with what he's doing and trying to shield him and continue to give him a platform and allow him to breathe. His corruption.
Mm-hmm.
They got orders. I'm
I don't know. She could. I think she got a phone call. But yeah, for the people, I put
okay. I'm
the
sorry
letter
about
on the
that.
community tab. Y'all could check out the letter on the community tab. It was just posted. So, but yeah, go ahead, sis.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I keep getting calls. But the the make this all go into what I'm trying to say in a nutshell. It's time for solutions. We can complain about all of the things, the infractions, the sexual assaults, the harassment, the scamming of the money,
Mm-hmm.
the misappropriation of the funding.
Mm-hmm.
We can go down. We can keep going on and on.
Mm-hmm.
But we got to understand where it's coming from. There is an agenda. And then we got to figure out how do we counter, you know, attack this attack upon the black movement. How do
Yeah.
we reverse what's going on? Because as much as it's going to be a new him next wave. After we get old and do something different in the movement, Then it's going to be a new, younger generation coming forward, a new Ahmad with the same type of tactics or a little bit tweaked into whatever the newer, thing is to cultivate or destroy them. So we got to put some stuff in place. We got to put our heads together, and come up with a solution for the counter, intelligence operations that's coming against the black movement. That's where we at with it.
Mm. Yeah, we definitely got to come up with some solutions as well. My biggest thing is from when it comes to the people that's actually allowing this to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that we got to do something with that organization altogether. We really
Yeah,
have to
we need to get their ass up out of there too.
really have to
Absolutely.
really
Well,
really clean.
it'll be all of them because a lot of people knew about it. I mean, when I have a receipt of leaders and generals that knew about it and they responded to the message, but they just keep saying they didn't know about it. But you did know about it.
Some of them actually did, and we got proof of that. But
Man,
Mo
it's
gonna shut up and
right.
puff this cigarette though.
Nah, you
Somebody's calling me from Tallahassee right now where he lives at, saying they got some messages from him. I might have to look and see if they're trying to get something on the show, but
good.
this is, when I tell y'all, so many people have been
So it's
reaching
an
out.
ongoing thing. So it's continuing basically. If they seem like it's some recent messages that you got from somebody.
Yeah,
So
well, he seems real confident. When he go on his post, he's real confident that just people just hating on him, and this is his assignment from Allah, and et cetera, et cetera. It's just like he just doesn't get it, because he feels. I guess he seems like he feels like he's just invincible and untouchable.
Yeah. If you
That's
see his
that's what I
post,
get.
that's when you see his post when we first was talking about it, he was just talking like he was some damn god or something, and like wasn't nobody gonna be able to do nothing to him because
Right.
he messaged me talking about I should have talked to him first about it, let him explain. You ain't got to explain nothing when you sign documents to be a registered sex offender. So
Right.
that's like you're saying, because if somebody come and told me that I did something and I know I didn't do it, I'm not about to sign my name on nothing. If y'all see my name on something, that means they took my fingers and chopped them off and attached it to a pencil and wrote my name, because I'm not about to sign nothing that I didn't do.
Right.
mm, mm. So I think because somebody put something in the chat that I really agree with, but I'm not sure how many parties is going to be down with it. They say the original party had a coon of the week papers, where they was able
What
to
happened?
expose certain individuals right after they kick them out, type of thing.
Oh,
So and they was exposing any different parts of leadership and things like that. So I feel like
Yeah.
it's important to expose the people that's doing things to people, especially a part of our own community.
mm-hmm.
Uh, they definitely got to get kicked out or something else. But I feel like it's important that we do address these issues, and I feel like the problem is it's not enough people actually saying anything, and that's the biggest problem. And like I said before, we only have sisters. Now I'm seeing certain brothers in the chat saying like, oh, we have no idea, or some people did know but they just didn't say
Well,
anything.
it's a brother that told. It was a brother that sent the message out to everybody. That's how
Yeah,
everybody started finding out about it.
that's right.
Okay,
And that was up
okay.
about 9 years ago. That was a brother that I don't know if it's the same brother that Sister I said is speaking of, but this brother's in a whole nother path
Mm.
movement. So they send out that message to other leaderships and other groups. So, just to let them know
And
he's
this was
order
in
was given to house.
2020. This is in 2021 when he sent the alert out to let
So
everybody know.
so this
Yeah.
went out amongst all the groups, like this
That
this
one sounds like it was more recent, but the other brother, it must
okay.
be somebody else that did this like a few years prior to that.
Mm.
So, some brothers have been kind of vocal about it. Very supportive of the sisters. Because we don't have any support, to be quite honest with you. Other than that,
Mm,
we got more brothers. Working there with us on our missing, which we didn't have before. Even if it's just a two, you know, or three, it's better than what we had, which was I know with our which was zero.
mm, yeah. No, that's very interesting. Very interesting.
Past history have always shown where it shows that we've been holding it down from day one.
Hello, hello,
So
hello, hello, hello,
I ain't
hello.
gonna say I don't need.
Hey,
That's
peace, peace.
mm-hmm.
I would like to say something. Salute to all the queens on here. This is General Ghazi, George Jackson Gun Club, and I stand in solidarity with all the sisters on here, with all the queens on here, and it's about accountability. This movement needs to be about accountability. We do not support sex offenders, sexual harassers, woman beaters, and nothing to that nature. And anybody who support that, I mean, they shouldn't be in this movement at all, whatsoever. If you're following them, it's weird. You're
Revolutionary.
not supposed to be doing that.
Mm,
This is not what this movement is about. This is not about the buddy buddy system of supporting sex offenders. I guess also training sex offenders and
Mm-hmm.
being amongst people like this. This is not what this is about. So I'm just speaking for the men, the real men out there. We stand in solidarity with these sisters, and we back them 100%. That's what I wanted to say to y'all, queens. And thank y'all, and keep this up. We're gonna keep this up, and we're gonna keep applying pressure to sex offenders and sexual harassers and people to this nature. All power
Thank
to the people.
Black Power.
Black
We
you.
thank
power.
you. Thank you for what you're doing, General Gazi, in your
Yes.
organization, the George Jackson Gun Club, JBF Journey Black Foundation appreciates that. Sisters of the Underground. I appreciate what you guys do.
JBF.
This is the beginning of the shift. So these old organizations that's outdated, that was going along with these grievous crimes, we start something new. We start something new, and we be right and exact. And if we hold ourselves accountable, and be, you know, give the right type of political education. We be truthful to the people that's coming into the movement. We
Mm-hmm.
have to be a safe haven for these people, and stop allowing situations like this to get swept under the rug. Like the Queen said earlier, call these people out. The original Panthers, we take notes from them. We ain't trying. I'm not trying to rewrite the wheel. I look at the history of the original Panthers. I look at the people that came, the elders that came before me, uh, BLA, UNIA, so many other organizations that came before what we are doing, and
Mm-hmm.
came way before the NBPP and the RBPP and all these other organizations. They were the original people who set the structure in the United States. So we can look at some of the stuff they did, some of the things that came against them, and take notes from them. We just, like I said, a part of a small move. We part of a small sector. When you step away from these so-called leaders, these people under like I said, the NBPP under the leadership of Malik, and his crew that he hangs out with, the other gun clubs and stuff like that you guys have been, I ain't gonna speak against, because I don't have a personal issue with anybody beyond who I spoke on thus far. But what I'm saying in a nutshell is, if we're gonna
You
try,
should have a personal issue with the motherfuckers because they sitting up back in this shit.
right, okay, Queen, that's right. That's right. I'm glad you said it. I'm trying to be like I said, I'm trying to be accurate in from my point of view. Because at the end of the day, everything that I say on here, I can back up with documented black and white receipts. I can back it up, So until I got something that I can back up and support, even though I know something may be true, I'm not gonna speak against it until I can put it out here in black and white. And that's how it was with Malik. It took me a while to speak up against Malik because I didn't have any type of, I didn't have it in the official capacity. And that's something that we got to do. We got to do this in a level to where we come together, form coalitions of people that and organizations that we know are right and exact. And that way we'll be a force to be able to dismantle this stuff that is not writing it, that is not following policy and protocol as true revolutionaries. Half of them agents anyway.
Hey, I have a question for you, OC.
Yeah.
OC, are you there? I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this is for everybody on here. If you got evidence, I'm talking about documentation, registered sex offender, you can actually look it up. Everybody can look it up publicly, and you see it. And then you also see another website from the news saying this man gang raped a woman at gunpoint. Gang raped a woman at gunpoint. And this didn't happen like in the 90s. This happened in the 2000s, which is kind of recent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody sees this. This information has been public for years. This is not no hidden stuff. This is not no COINTELPRO or counterintelligence. This ain't no type of no type of thing like that. This is actually something you can look up and even ask the goddamn police in the court yourself. Why?
I mean,
Shalom, shalom,
Why
shalom,
after
shalom.
all of this information?
Shalom, everybody. Shalom, everybody. I just want to come on here, because this shit is real messy. So, I mean, it's supposed to be informative, and it's supposed to be some information that we're supposed to be able to do something about, right? I just learned about this a week or so ago. I have never heard any mention of this person. I have no knowledge. You don't have any pictures of me with this person. If you do, I didn't know I was in that picture. I've never met this person before in my life. But for some reason, there's a rumor circulating around that I'm dealing with this person, or that I'm supporting him, that I'm protecting him. I don't know what leaders you guys are talking about, and the whole time this video has been playing, I've been waiting to hear about these leaders that are blackballing everyone. And I'm not making any accusations. I'm not saying that anyone's wrong. I'm just saying that these rumors are starting to affect me personally. And that's why I'm not on Facebook anymore. I'm not on Instagram anymore. I'm not on TikTok anymore, because I'm just tired of the mess and the drama. I'm just
And you
tired of
say,
seeing this stuff all
Hey,
the time.
Spike, I don't.
And no,
Okay,
no, no,
so
no, no,
let,
hold
let,
on,
let
hold on,
me
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. And one of the things that are also, one of the things that's also frustrating me is that there's people that are affiliating with this person. There's people that are training with this person. If I would have got that knowledge and he's in the same city and state with me, I would have punished him. Period. I have a strong stance on that shit personally myself. So it's real. So I'm so angry that my heart's beating and I'm shaking, and I had to step away from my wife and come outside to it because I see my name in this shit. Don't put my name in this fucking shit, because I don't even want to deal with a lot of you motherfuckers.
well, let
And
me let
I'm
me let me
embarrassed.
say this. Let me
I'm
say this,
embarrassed
brother.
by the people
Well, let me
that are
say this.
defending
I
this
don't
person.
think
Or
well, let me say this for
Who
myself.
called
I'm
his
speaking for
name?
myself. Excuse me one second. I'm saying this for myself. I don't know you. This is the first time I've ever seen you in my whole life. If you was in any pictures with this dude, I don't know who I'm looking at, to be honest with you. So I've never called your name. I don't know who you are. I don't know who half of some of those peoples are. Now, when he was still in the formation, some of the people, when I see him, I mean, when they're out on maneuvers or just out hanging out or whatever, they're going to be in pictures with people that are comrades. So I'm not
no,
calling
no,
on
I'm
any
not
of
saying
those people.
I'm not
I'm
saying
just
that. I'm
talking
not.
about him.
No
So
disrespect,
this
Queen.
is me.
I'm not talking. You guys are doing this live right now. Everyone's talking. I'm watching the chat. And also, these are messages that I'm getting on Instagram and Facebook. I sent OC some screenshots before I jumped on here. This
Okay.
person is accusing me of dealing with this person. He's sending me screenshots of General Amun with the guy, and I'm saying, why are you sending me this information? We're not the same entity. I'm not even in Texas. And he's saying, don't lie to me, kid. You're in Texas. I'm in Arizona. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So these are messages that are flying in the chat, rumors that are circulating on social media, and
Yeah.
so I'm just jumping on here real quick to address it. You know what I mean? I'm going through a lot right now, so I had to step away. But I'm gonna protect my reputation. It's the
Yes,
same
sir.
reason we don't deal with broken men, we don't deal with homosexuals, we don't deal with a lot of people. And we
Mm-hmm.
certainly I just got out of prison. I don't deal with child molesters. I don't deal with chomos, and I don't want my name brought up in this crap.
Right. I can understand that.
Because a lot of people don't, and the reason that I pulled away is because a lot of people don't move like us. Because if there was a chomo in my city or state and he
Mm-hmm.
wasn't around me and he tried to hide that from me, or he was bold enough to be around me with that sort of flag or that sort of label over his head, he would be severely punished. I don't play like that.
Mm-hmm.
Real talk.
Just
And
to
the,
be
and the
clear, this
person and the person that you're accusing, and also the person that you're accusing, or the person in the comments is accusing General Amun. I confronted, or I talked to General Amun about it. He said he didn't know at the time that picture was taken that he was training him.
Okay. 'Cause I
So
can't
you
even
probably
see
see
okay.
that
pictures.
right now.
You probably see pictures of me with General Amun. I respect that man. He's a righteous brother. And I asked him because these sort of speculations that we have to address in the media because we
Mm-hmm.
spend so much
Well,
time working on.
can I speak on that? Can I
We
speak
spend
on
so
that
much
too?
time.
Can I speak on that?
He said he didn't
Well,
know.
Please,
He didn't
please
know.
do. Please do.
I will be honest
Please do.
with the receipt that I seen,
Mm-hmm.
Brother Amun
Ah,
is
Jesus.
it's showing that he knew in January of 2021, and we went to Natchez in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
See, I have a screenshot, so I could send you my screenshot. You can send me yours because, like I said, I confronted him. I'm not saying you're wrong. You know what I mean? Someone's not telling the truth, but I could send you my screenshot, and I hate to. This is the same reason that I don't do names, but I always keep receipts of every conversation. I like to record stuff, and everything there's nothing. I can't hide from anybody. I can't inform anybody of anything. I've had my opportunity, and I definitely passed on that opportunity. I'm not gonna be the Judas in this whole thing. And there's
But
a
I
lot of
guess
Judases. There's a lot of Judases. We don't need any one Judas because everyone's working as one right now.
brother, just to
so
be
to
clear,
really squash.
I'm my bad, Chantel, but I want to say
Oh,
this real
say
quick.
too.
Just to be
Hmm.
clear, the picture that you talking about, I'm just now hearing you talk about it, so I don't know what happened with you. I don't even know who you are, but just I do know that the picture with Amun and Ahmad in training happened in Natchez, um, and either way, it was either in Natchez or Dallas, Texas. But either way, whenever we had that training, the whole NBPP was that's during the time that I told you that NBPP was covering up for Ahmad's infraction. So it was a training that was out for everybody. Amun was one of the instructors. So Ahmad was just individual, well, official of the NBPP at that time under the leadership of Dr. Malik Zulu Shabazz. Now, Dr. Malik was aware of some of the stuff you guys are just not finding out about Ahmad. Because I was under the leadership at that time of Dr. Malik as well. But like I said, and I'm, just being transparent. The picture that you're talking about, I saw being shared on Facebook with Amun training Ahmad, because Amun trained me that day as well. And it was a national event that was thrown by a couple of different organizations. Amun was one of the trainers, and Ahmad was there. And he should have been put out NBPP at that time with the knowledge that NBPP had about Ahmad. That's the time that I was being attacked by a lot of the national officials under the NBPP and they treated me as an outcast because I was presenting the information that was coming across my desk then from a lot of the comrades in my region, because I was acting as co-commander. I don't know if I had got promoted up at that time to national community programs director or not, but I know either way I was still getting some of the comrades that I had presided over in the southeastern region. They was telling me he was stealing money from them and all type of stuff. They even had to appease me because I became the target, the poster child for the attacks that they were basically trying to shut me up for being an advocate for my comrades that kept telling me they was being scammed. And like I said, he had scammed me personally. So I knew they wasn't making this up and they were providing the proper documentation and receipts. So that particular picture, I'ma just, not to come in on nobody's defense and not be accurate on it. I'm just letting you know because I was there. So
May I interject for a
with me
second?
as well, but that's what the reality of that situation in particular was.
May I interject for a second? Is that okay, everybody?
All right, brother.
All right. First of all, salute to my sisters. I ain't talked to y'all in a minute. Shout out to sisters of the underground. You're looking at me like that ain't got nothing to do with this. But at the end of the day, it's time to clear some air. Okay. We're gonna start because I was one of the generals in that coalition. My official statement before I even start is as follows: Anubis is no longer a member of the coalition and has not been. Why? After
Hold on, brother. You breaking up.
You hear me now? Am I good now?
Yeah, you better. Yeah.
Am I good now? All right. So after we found about the situation, after that, we had a generals meeting, and the comment was made by this guy that that commander or that head of that organization needed to get in front of the situation because there's some things I stand with, like pedophilia or women getting a new. All right, primary mission.
Yeah,
We
you
work
breaking up.
closely with Sisters of the Underground.
Yeah, you breaking up a lot,
All right,
bro.
choppy up real bad. Am I good?
Yeah, choppy.
All right, let me get somewhere else. Let me get somewhere else.
Hey, before you do
All
that,
right.
I know you don't want to look at my face no more. I just wanted to come in and address that. I'm sure that General Amun is going to do a great job, but you know what I mean, clearing the air. I wish you guys all the best of luck. Salute and shalom to all the people that are really out there doing the righteous work. You know what I mean? And y'all stay dangerous.
What about now? Am I good? Am I good?
Yeah, you. Yeah, you better.
Okay. All right. Now.
I don't know what happened there. He was good. But yeah. But nah, that's good that the brothers are coming in to speak on it. But this is well overdue. Well overdue. You know what I'm saying? And we do need a clean house for real, for real. But I do see, some conversations going on in the chat as well. But yeah, we just want to clear everything up. Hold on, let me get my.
All right. I'm sorry about that, y'all.
Are you
You
good?
hear me now?
Yeah, I heard you. We heard you.
Okay. Now, to clear the air, when I found out about this situation, I kept seeing posts online. I kept seeing inboxes. There was a generals meeting. And the first thing I said was, y'all need to get in front of this because this is something Anubis don't stand for. Okay? We got silence on it. During that time, I said, well, if you're not going to get in front of it, Anubis can no longer stand with the coalition. We've been out of
That's
the
not true,
coalition ever
bro.
since.
That's not true at all.
That's very
I
true.
was
I ain't in
that
the
general
coalition.
meeting. I never heard of nothing like that, Moon. Why? I never heard of that.
That's because you wasn't in the meeting, brother.
Yes, I
Let me
was in
finish.
the meeting. I
You were not
created
in
the
that meeting. You were
The
not
Zoom,
in that meeting, Gazi.
brother. The
When
Gazi.
Zoom.
was the
I
meeting?
got the Zoom.
When was the meeting?
The
Because the
meeting
date that I
was.
seen,
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna answer the question. This meeting was about. I think it was about what? Maybe about 3 weeks to a month after this.
Was it
Afterwards,
on the
what?
Zoom? Was it on the Zoom, Amun?
No, it was not on the Zoom. It was a call.
Okay. All right. So I
It
wasn't
was a
with that one.
four-way call.
I wasn't on. I wasn't on that one.
Exactly. So
So
with
my
that being
only
said,
issue is there was no sisters, and I'm not specifically talking about sisters of the underground. There was
okay,
no sisters on this call.
okay, let's see. Do you remember when me and you had conversations about this stuff and you said there's no sisters on the call, so well, you need to get on the damn call.
I
Get
do,
on the
but I
call.
wasn't sent an invitation to be on the call. I didn't know the call was happening.
Okay, now, sorry about that. I didn't invite you to the call. Wasn't my call to have. I was invited to a call. We got on the call and I said, y'all need to get in front of this. Okay. But when you told me and complained about sisters not being on the call, the first thing I said is sisters need to be on the call. Right? Is that true?
You did say that.
Okay. So with that being said, Anubis stepped away and has never been with the coalition ever since. We're done with the coalition. Elmer Geronimo Pratt away from the coalition. Anybody else, they're doing what they're doing. I'm not in charge of them, and I ain't in charge of Elmer Geronimo Pratt. We left for our reasons. One of my
Right.
reasons is integrity, and also our primary mission, and I'm not going to jeopardize that. Now, you sisters, I've taken a bullet for you once before, have I not?
You have.
And I'll do it again. Reason being, and the reason why I took that bullet for y'all is because I knew what they were doing. It was primarily about a lot of situations, and this was one of them. Okay? So I say that to say this. I understand your frustration, truly. Y'all my friends, all right? And I ain't saying this because we friends. I say this if you wasn't my friend. I understand your frustration, but don't think all the generals knew. First of all, I didn't know. Nick didn't know. I don't even think Babu knew. And if he did know, he just got in front of it. That's what I'll say. If he did know. Okay? I will also say that when all this stuff happened with the post with me and him training, yeah, I did train him. Yeah, it was a national training event. Guess what? We didn't know he was doggone guilty of that then. I'm a grandfather, an uncle, and a father, and I got several godchildren. What do I look like training a pedophile?
Well, I have a question. I want
Send
to
it.
know what happened when Brother Rashawn brung it to the forefront of this information.
Brother Rasan, who, Kamal?
Hmm.
The same person that called me a pedophile?
I don't know about all that,
Oh,
but I'm
then
just
it
saying.
was said.
My question is, what happened? Because he been
And,
saying this for a
and
while,
Rasan
and
didn't
he was
bring that.
probably the first
Rasan
one.
didn't bring that to a moon. Rasan didn't bring that to Nick. If he told Babu, Babu didn't tell us. And if he told Malik, Malik didn't tell us. So again, we didn't know. So how am I supposed to respond to something that I don't know? And when you said something about the last person, I said, show proof.
I mean,
That's all I
I
say,
seen
show proof.
him. I mean, I
And you
seen him.
and you showed it. And ever since then, when the new Black Panther Party dismissed Ahmad, the first person that said acknowledge was me. When I say acknowledge, that means I have no contact with you whatsoever. I don't see you, and if I do see you, it's going to be a problem. Because we did not know. We didn't know during the march. And now I'll say this to everybody in there. For everybody that went to Natchez, Mississippi, because Anubis runs SRT, we don't march. Y'all know this. Am I lying?
But when was Natchez though? Natchez was in 2022, June 20, it was Juneteenth.
That is true.
The
Natchez was
receipt
in
I
Juneteenth
seen is
2022.
January 21st.
We didn't have no knowledge of that.
Okay.
Am I lying? If I'm lying, please tell me.
I'm just saying,
Because
may
I
I
didn't
mean
have no knowledge of that.
maybe I need to go to the eye doctor. I don't know. Maybe my let me clean my glasses
I
off. But
I want you to
I'm just
send
saying,
me. I want you to do me
saying
a favor
I
and send me
seen
the shot. I'm not calling
but
you a
I'm just
liar, sis.
saying
I'm asking you
it
to
came
send me a
across
shot
my
of
lap.
me
It came
saying I
across
received this
my lap
information.
when you went live and said you didn't know about it. It just came across my lap, and when I seen it, it said January 2021 that you knew about it, and then so I mean that's if you say you didn't, then I mean hey,
Okay. I'm asking you to please show me where I acknowledge that you sent me this information and I knew. Because we ran SRT. And my question is, with everybody that was marching with him that day in Natchez, Mississippi, because when I saw that stupid Steve Coakley crap, the first thing I said was, you niggas marched with him and didn't touch him. And you knew. So if you knew all this information prior to, I'm not banging on nothing you're doing. I think you should be doing it. But if we're going to keep it funky, let's. For all those people that marched, why didn't y'all bang his ass out? You was standing right by him.
Well, for me and Moon, I didn't,
Okay,
I
I
I
didn't
sent
know,
mean,
it to
that's
him.
for the men to do.
I
I didn't,
sent
I
it to
didn't
You
know at
you.
all.
and you know what? You were dead right, Mo. You are right. So my question again is for everybody that knew,
All
right?
right, hey Moon. Let
I
me
sent it
tell you
to
something.
you.
Hold on, let me say something to Moon real quick. Hold on,
We're
Moon.
talking
Me,
over each other and nothing is being said. We have
hey,
to.
Moon.
I'm not upset. I'm with you.
Hey,
I'm trying
A
to
Moon.
get you to see that there are brothers with y'all.
Hey, but Moon,
If you
a
ain't
Moon.
seen it before, I hope you see it. Well, if you don't see it now, I hope you saw it before. So why would anything change in between that time and this time? It's not a boys' club as you would think. Do I talk to Malik? No, I don't really F with Malik anymore. I ain't talked to Malik in almost close to a year.
But
I ain't got
But
too
hey,
much
even
to
Moon.
say
if
to him
y'all don't
because there's a
talk
lot of
to him,
stuff
don't y'all think that y'all can bring this situation up to him? Because
we
I mean,
brought it up to
there's
him and he did nothing, and that's why we broke away from the coalition. My team did definitely. You'll never see us
so
with
y'all
them again.
feel so do y'all feel like that y'all should have just left it alone and just break
No,
away because there's still women?
no, I didn't say. Well, I mean, we don't. I don't have a unit in Mississippi. You want to give me some soldiers in Mississippi? We can make this happen right now.
No, I'm just saying if you saying you bring it up to his attention and he didn't do nothing about it, so is that right for the brothers to just leave it alone?
No, it's not. Not for the Panthers.
I'm gonna tell you like this: when it came down to me,
Mm,
I did a formal email. I submitted black and white to my official command
good
about
job.
the scamming, the
Hmm.
misappropriation of funds. That happened before we went to that maneuver. Now, as far as the documentation that later came out,
Hmm.
that happened after I left the NBPP. The reason I left the NBPP was because of him. So that
Right.
everybody, so just so we clear, that's why I left from the NBPP because of Ahmad.
Okay. Let me
Because
just say
of the
this.
fact, not just Ahmad, but the fact of the clickism, the fact that the sisters, like they're saying, we came, we made, the reports, we talked to you all, we let everybody know, look, this is happening, this needs to be addressed. And there
Who is
was
you
at that
all?
time, there was not we didn't get what we should have gotten, and that's justice. And that man should have been kicked out of the organization. But that
I
wasn't
agree.
your organization to kick him out of, but you all had a coalition, and I'm not sure how that worked. But as far as it go with documentation, they knew when Ahmad was a part of the when he got put into the NBPP, they knew then he was a sex offender.
Okay.
They
Let me
knew
ask,
then.
let me just make this statement real quick. What you did was right and exact, Crystal. Okay. What you did was right and exact. Now, just because there's a coalition in place, I'm not in charge of his personnel. He can't kick none of my members out. He can kick his members out.
Right.
I can't kick none of his members out. You see what I'm saying? We could bring it up to attention and say, look, you need to get in front of this. That's that's what we can do. Different units, same coalition, different units. I'm not a Panther, you know that.
Okay, so look,
Now,
look, look, look,
what you
look.
handle. Hold on, real quick, sis. That I'm gonna let you.
All right, my bad.
All right, we
I
talking
gotta let
about
you speak.
organizations and members and
I gotta let
chapters
you
and da
speak.
da 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 da. At the end of the day, he's still a problem in the fucking community. It ain't about no organization. It ain't about no motherfucking chapter. Who got rank, file, and authority? A motherfucker need to kick his ass.
That's facts.
The fuck? Ain't nobody mind fuck rank and file at this point. This nigga is molesting on women and motherfucking kids. What the fuck? Motherfucker sitting up here talking about rank and file. Fuck rank and file. Is he a whole motherfucking predator?
Yep.
That's facts. That's facts. That's
That's
facts.
it.
The fuck? Number one, queens, we need to learn how to protect ourselves. That's why I keep my baby with me.
I'll mow on the motherfucker ass. You hear me? I
You
don't
know
know
what I'm
what
saying?
y'all
I,
be
I
doing.
We
think
need to learn how to protect ourselves.
everyone on this panel.
We need to
Yeah.
know at the end of the day, if we revolutionary women, we in charge of protecting other women, other queens, and the children and the elders. Those who can't, we a voice for the voiceless. You know, so we gotta I know they say we supposed to depend on the men to handle it to handle the other men. Me personally, I believe in self-defense. If we're saying that, that's just like if you join the military, you a soldier. You know what I'm saying? You might act in your capacity and do whatever your job is in that capacity, but you still a soldier. So at the end of the day, you know, but we talking about a whole, like I say, we talking about a whole agent. We talking about an agent. This agent need to go. Number one, he's still working with children. It's on paper he ain't supposed to be near children. He ain't supposed. That's why he get re-registered every
But
so often.
what can anybody do? Like, I mean, we okay, we didn't have brothers on the panel, and who knew, who didn't know. At this point, who
It don't even
cares?
matter.
What can anybody do? Because he has an organization, he has pictures, he's putting this shit in front of our face and saying, "What the fuck y'all gonna do? Nothing."
Right.
Is the woman gonna have to roll
Whatever
up
we
on
do,
him
we
or
can't
what?
talk about it
Do
on
the
this
woman have to
motherfucker.
roll up on him?
We take his behind back to the authorities where he belongs. He working around children that he ain't got no business around. He's supposed to not be within a certain distance of children. It's in black
But
and
if
white.
he an operative and he working with them, he on their fucking payroll. Then I mean, like that's a whole, like you said, the rabbit hole run deep, sis.
Right.
Yeah, for
But
real.
has anybody tried to make the report though, to push the force their hand to see what they do? Because
We on it.
Yeah.
Hey, OC, excuse me, OC.
Got my sister D on here.
Hey, thank you.
Go
I
ahead,
appreciate
my
you.
sister.
Okay, give me a minute, cause see, I'm just now hopping on. Okay, my concern is my brother Spike. Okay, that's why I'm here.
Go ahead.
Okay, and I know Spike. He's there for the people. He love our people. You know, he just came back with his He was able to join in with his beautiful wife and his beautiful kids. I'm just now getting on. So, OC, please enlighten your sister. I mean, just as far as the Spike situation, please.
Yeah, as far as the spy situation, I have no idea what's going on. As far as
Somebody tagged Spike.
mm,
I guess maybe
Right,
somebody
'cause I
tagged
don't.
Spike with the mods picture, or yeah, with the mods picture. So I'm just guessing that this person tagged them, maybe just to bring the awareness. Maybe like, hey, I see you're a comrade. Maybe he can do something about it.
yeah. Well,
Because nobody on this panel that has been here has brought up Spike and singled him out in regards
Nobody
to
even know who
any
he
right,
is.
That's the first time I.
right.
Our issue is
So,
with Ahmad. Our issue is with Ahmad. And the issue is this man is currently working with our children. That is the issue. All these
What are we gonna do
I'm getting
about it?
annoyed because we're rambling on and on about this organization, that organization. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about any of these organizations? Because at this point, it is so far beyond an organization.
Yes.
It's unfathomable the amount of damage that this man can be doing to our children. I'm tired of hearing about this leader, that leader. Nobody gives a fuck about any of that. I mean, I certainly don't. And I'm saying that as a mother and as a black woman
That's facts.
and as an advocate.
That's
Like,
facts.
I'm tired of hearing the same thing over and over. We know we got the proof. We see the damn proof.
You
What
can
is going
Google
to
the proof.
happen?
We've had the proof for years,
Like,
and
come on. We need answers. We don't need 1,000,001 YouTube videos about the same damn subject. We don't need 1,000,001 YouTube videos posting receipts. What the hell is going to happen now? tomorrow.
Well, we did take a good
Hold on.
initiative. We did take a good initiative, and I'm thank you for Yada for getting that information to the community center. So we was able to stop him from going to doing those events at the community center. So now we got to take a more broader
Well,
approach.
we know that because
Yeah,
SOTU
Well, he
also
gonna just go to
contacted these
another one.
people.
yeah,
He just
we
gonna
called.
go to another center.
Exactly. He's
So
going to go form another organization. I mean, we called the community center. We spoke with the managers. That's
yeah, I
not
did
enough.
too.
He just going to go to another community center.
But you know
That
that's
I mean, how many phone calls do we have to make?
until people pull up, we got to apply pressure in all ways for 'em. And like I said, you know, some of this stuff we have to talk about outside of here, but that's what we pushing. We push
I agree.
the awareness, call all the numbers, get a hold of everybody in that surrounding area. You know, we already got the list of names. Thank you, Yadia, for giving out that list and bringing more awareness so we can call these numbers, get a hold of these people, and they are taking the initiative to make sure, because they didn't know. A lot of people just didn't know who this guy was, and we did do something, you know, bringing that awareness. So I say we keep on doing that, and also, you know, if we got to, most definitely put boots on the ground, and I'm willing to do that.
Well, some brothers a while ago said that they were going to do that and kind of stake out when the sister was complaining about him stalking her, and it's just a lot. You know, you'll hear stuff sometimes what someone's going to do, and I'm talking about the brothers, and then you don't hear anything back. You
Well,
know,
I've been on this, so
and that's what I'm. You know, it's like the sisters was saying. You know, you got all these groups and organizations, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All that's nice and cute. But at the forefront, what are you really doing? You know, except regurgitating, for lack of a better way of putting it, you just regurgitate the same information that's been put out over 9 years, and it's still no results. We still right back at the same point.
Cause this shit been going on for too long.
Mm-hmm.
They can say they didn't know all motherfucking day long. These niggas knew what the fuck was going on, cause we were making noise about.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So the biggest thing is because we're here to definitely to put the information out on not just particularly just one person. We're using this one person as an example, but it's a lot of people a part of these organizations that need to be
We
put
can
out.
name some more, but I don't move unless Lucidi say so.
Yeah. I mean, you know, that's what we're here for. You know, to be 100% honest, because like we could see some people in the chat they are hurt by some of the things that actually being done by members that's a part of the community. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are speaking up. You can see some of them literally in the chat. You know what I mean? So
I,
we are here
I
to
can't see the chat. What the fuck? I know I
I,
ain't had that many beers that I can't see the chat. My chat empty than a motherfucker over here. I'm waiting
So,
to
but
comment.
my thing too is just think about all the sisters that are not speaking up or not saying anything because
They
they
know
tired
nothing's
of
going to happen.
They
nobody
scared. They
doing
need to bring
anything.
their ass front and center too.
mean,
Stop being scared of these
order
motherfucking niggas.
talk and stuff like that, which is why sister Martha or sister Crystal you know was blackballed before and treated like the enemy, and um you know, like most say, you know, they scared. But my thing is, what are you scared of? I mean, are you scared that somebody's going to do something to you? Are you
That's what
scared
I'm talking about.
somebody's going to put you out? And y'all bear with me because I'm dealing with this cold and this kicking my butt. But I mean, what are you scared of? Retribution. What are you scared of? Why you cannot speak up and say, okay, I want to protect our children. Whether we know these children or not, they are our children. You know what I'm saying? We're dealing with our coalition and the underserved missing. These children keep going missing. These children are trafficked a lot over there in South Richmond. You know, they got these old flea bag hotels, bitch ass hotels over there and shit. We know people over there, you know, but who's really going to stake it out? You know, we don't have any brothers to support us at all. We can't even holler at
Hey,
them
sis,
to
we
go to
can do
court with.
that shit our motherfucking self.
Well,
Fuck it.
and then,
Mm.
I want to
I
interject.
say,
We do have some brothers. I'm be Handsock has answered
it's some
every
good ones out
single.
there, but
If I may,
gotta egg out the basket.
OC, if I may, real quick, Shalakia and shalom to the whole panel. Shalom,
Go
OC.
ahead, my brother.
Shalom.
Brothers
Shalom.
want to speak up. Go
Hey,
ahead.
I just want to ask, I just want to, everybody coming from a different lifestyle. For one, I ain't struggle like no one on this panel struggled, and y'all ain't struggle like me. You feel me? So we sort things out different. So it's like, I've been incarcerated. Let's just keep it real. Just like my brother Spike. You feel me? Just to see, just to know he ain't even happy right now. Just to see, you feel me? And just like how y'all could go look in the comments, just all the hurt that's been projected outside of bro's case, Otto Wallace. We ain't talking about bro, but we talking about all these polites and it just seemed like a wave came after polite shit. You feel me? But anyway, like
it's been going on. Yeah.
What'd you say, OC?
I was saying it's been going on. It's just nobody speaking on it.
Right. Yeah. Well, obviously it's been spoke on, and that's what's being spoke on right now. It's been spoke on, not happened. So where I come from, I gotta move a different way. You feel me? I got a background, and it's just like, OC, I'm asking you this, brother. If a sister I'm asking everybody this. Are we not talking about anywhere from maybe 2,000 to 4,000 individuals?
You saying the people that's
I'm just saying, and I'm not gonna put myself out there too much, but I know where I was at certain times. You feel me? And I know certain times I was supposedly around 3,000. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I say that.
What you talking about? You talking about revolutionaries?
I'm just talking about because we putting names on shit, and I don't see why I don't see why we shouldn't for every organization. I don't see how everybody ain't accounted for. So let me go ahead and just get to my point, because I know I'm not the best speaker. In prison, there's somewhere around 2,000. So and it's limited on you feel me, resources, on you feel me, like who are you and where you from, you feel me, type shit, what you in here for type shit. And it really blows my mind how because things is dealt with different in there. That's why I put in the comments earlier, I don't see why penitentiary rules damn near ain't in effect out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a whole nother politic in there.
Yeah,
it's a whole different politic, and trust me, that oppressor ain't got shit to do with it. If anything, he gonna get down with it.
I like you, nigga. I like you.
My bad, OC. I appreciate you, brother. And
I like you.
We should never have a nigga like, we should name, and that is my brother, and that's the last thing I'm gonna say. We should never have a brother like Spike, and a lot of other fallen comrades and comrades that's doing time.
Being tied up with different individuals, because a lot of us don't even know. You know what I'm saying? We taking pictures with people.
I don't mean to speak over you, OC, but I just need to say this, man. We ain't gonna get far with losing good motherfuckers like that, just because motherfuckers can't clean house.
What you mean we can't clean house?
No, he's saying others, Mo. He's saying the ones that are.
Okay, I misunderstood.
I'm gonna say,
brother, we on the same. I think we're over talking because we're on the same page you are. Mm-hmm. Everything you just said is what we are saying.
That's what I said. I like that nigga right there. I like
everything you're saying is what we are saying. So I think we kind of misstepping over each other.
Right.
And it's not being
I think he's speaking in general. Yeah.
Exactly.
When it comes to these organizations.
We got to learn from our elders.
I'm just speaking on a whole different type of politics. That's it, because
and
it's just really like, it's, someone like me, I'm still young. I still got the energy, and it's a lot of us that do, but that shit like that, that'll just like for people to say, come march, come stand, come do something with us. You know, just as I put in the comments earlier, birds of a feather flock together. Like,
Right.
like nigga, I'll tear your shit down.
We understand and we thank you for that, brother. We just want you to know that, like I said, political education. So when you know your history, you know how to handle these situations. You had different sectors. You had I don't want to call the groups out of respect. That I don't want to incriminate nobody, but you had an underground sector of the movement, and then you had the above ground apparatus. And so we all would be considered above ground because we shown our face, we shown what we spokesmen, we speak on certain issues publicly, and we address things publicly. The underground apparatus would be what we can't talk about on a platform like this. And so
Sister,
we'll have to talk outside of this platform to really get down to what needs to really be done. We gotta police ourselves.
A whole nother politics.
I think we all are saying the same thing. We're repeating and saying the same thing.
And I mean, no disrespect to no one here. I might not be speaking on OC like that, but it's I've never voted either, but I know one big problem with everybody out here these days is it's a lot of old folks, you know what I'm saying? And I'm it's like we kind of hearing about them. Oh, I mean, hell, as far as I'm concerned, even when it comes to the people with the allegations against them, they ain't. I mean, who's in their 30s? You feel me? These some OGs, you feel me?
Yeah, for real though. I appreciate you, my brother.
I understand your language.
Hey, Shalom, OG. I mean, OC.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, OC, can I speak now, please?
Yeah.
I see you, Lucidi. I understand that, nigga. You heard
Hello?
me.
Okay, is it cool? Can I speak now?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I just want to say this. Excuse me, panel. Nothing against anyone on the panel, but as far as the chat, let me say this, please.
Go ahead.
As far as my brother, Spike, and my sis, his wife, this man put boots on the ground, okay? So for anybody in the chat that's trying to disrespect Spike, he went above and beyond. He didn't do anything illegal, but he was trying to bring awareness to our brother Ozone situation, okay? So as far as Nunu or any of y'all that's sitting up there disrespecting Spike, keep his name out of your mouth, okay? Keep his name out of your mouth. And Nunu, you're right. I did block you for the nonsense that you're spewing even now. Spike is a real revolutionary, okay? He stood up for our brother and took 2 years of his life to do what you wouldn't even dare do. He was away from his wife and his children. So for you to be on here disrespecting him is very disrespectful. Now, we have Ozone. He did beat the death penalty. I think that we should be having conversations on how are we going to come together collectively and put more money towards our brother's situation. Right now, phase 2, appeal. Okay? And see, this is the kind of shit that these Europeans look at. They watch us. They study us. Ozone, when he go for his sentencing, he got to stand there with his head up and accept for the moment what this judge is about to throw at him. But like I told my brother today, when they give you what they feel they want to give you, I told him straight up, I said, brother Ozone, you'll get that. But guess what? That's not your final destination. You will be exonerated fully. Now we need to take out the time together collectively, focus on our brother, a real revolutionary. He stood on the grounds of righteousness. He loved us. If he right now saw all of this fuckery going on right now, I mean, his head would be down low. Our focus at this point should be on Ozone. We need to put money together, keep on donating. $25 per person, keep pushing 25. Let's get thousands of people out there. Because right now, man, he needs our help. He needs our help. So I think most importantly is we need to put boots on the ground, get in our wallets, and help our brother. this bickering back and forth, who's a pedophile, who's a this, now the third, that shit should be handled off of social media. And if that person
But
is
Sister
a
Didi,
pedophile,
Hold on. Let me say
Didi,
something. Let me
because
say
this
something,
what this
y'all.
show is
Can I
about
please
today.
speak?
This what the
quick,
Can I
show
sister.
is about
please
yeah,
speak?
today.
Come on, real quick,
Can I
sister.
please?
Real quick, sisters. All
yeah.
right. Yeah, and that's a quick commercial. This my moderator. You know what I mean? That's a quick commercial, but I'm gonna be honest. When it comes to cleaning house, we really have to clean house because the thing is, because Ozone wasn't even a part of any organization really. Spite wasn't a part of any organization. Now the problem of being tied to certain people, that's what we need to address. You know what I mean? We taking pictures and we right next to pedophiles. We right next to this and that and the third. You know what I mean? So cleaning house is very important. And I do think Ozone would actually appreciate that, cleaning house. You know what I'm saying? Spite appreciate that as well. The problem is just being tied or being seen in a picture with these certain individuals. And we literally have no idea because nobody is speaking up about it. And this is the reason why the sister come to the platform to speak, to basically speak on it. So everybody would know, like, hey, watch out for these individuals because they are not who you think they are. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And can I still speak? Can I
But
let me say something?
That's what we on.
hold
Like,
From my understanding, was nobody in the
OC.
courtroom but sisters of the underground.
Excuse me, no disrespect. Okay. People was taking fucking pictures with Polite. And guess what? They made him millions. And he was a whole full pedophile. And that's what we do. We fund pedophiles. We fund all of this stupidness. We fund these niggas and they end up making money off the back of us. And they be pedophiles, they be liars, they be agents, they be all kind of stuff. But this is what our people do. But right now.
Okay, and that's why we here to bring awareness so they won't do it.
I never said you.
It's not okay.
I never said you. That's fine, okay?
Yeah.
But you think, okay, you said that's why we're here to bring awareness. That didn't stop Polite. That didn't stop none of these people at all. And it don't stop them. They're going to keep on doing it. Why? Because our people fund them. We fund them. And what do? They hurt our children. They hurt our women, men.
Okay, that don't mean we don't stop doing the motherfucking work, though.
I didn't tell you to stop doing motherfucking work.
We got to still do the work. We still got to bring awareness to this shit. We got to have a solution for this shit at the end of the day. We can't just sit back and say, oh, they going to keep doing this or they going to keep doing that and continue to let this shit happen. We can't do that.
We gotta speak on it.
We gotta come to a solution. We gotta speak on it. We gonna
speak on it. We definitely do. But guess what? There's a time to play.
Well, that ain't what you just said. This is the time. This is what this show is about. This is what this show is about.
Hold on, y'all.
Please.
Hold on, y'all.
All right, let's not. Guys, okay.
I'm trying to be a lady around here, okay? Respectfully. Nobody's gonna. No, period. Nobody's gonna. We can talk respectfully as adults.
But what you saying ain't making no motherfucking sense.
What I'm saying is making a lot of sense.
No, the fuck it is.
Yes, the fuck it is.
I gotta mute y'all. We ain't finna do that here. We are not finna do that. You know what I'm saying? So I made this this stream just to talk specifically that my idea is to clean house. You know what I'm saying? I'm around children. I'm around children a lot. I don't like pedophiles or anybody that can hurt children. Like, I listen to these children's stories all the time, and they tell me what's going on at home. They tell me what's going on in their community, and it hurts me to my heart. And then to find out that, because I was actually in the new Black Panther Party, different times. Now to find out that I was a part of an organization that have all of these type of people within the organization. I mean, right now we talking about one, but it's multiple. I mean, I'm just going to keep it 100. And then from the leadership on down, they know about this stuff, but nobody is saying anything. I have never heard it until, around now, really. You know what I'm saying? I had a sister to bring me up, to send me things to my email, but there's no brothers talking about it. So I've gotten to the point, because even I said, should I talk about it? I don't know. Then I brought it up like, don't talk about it. Now I'm at the point I'm like, nah, we just got to clean house. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
We
I
got to
think
really
the
clean
issue is nobody is willing to do the damn talking. Like
house. We can't just sweep it under. We can't just sweep it under the rug.
exactly
We
Because
can't.
we've been doing that.
We can't.
Because the children that get affected by this turn into the adults that's
raising the
hurt
children.
people. Look at what's going on now. Everybody is adult because all the shit that happened to them as a child, people not getting healed. We coming in the movement trying to help people, but they fucked up. Let's be honest. And then the cycle just keeps going
It's
on.
a
This is
rotating
nothing
cycle.
new. This is
Yeah.
nothing new.
Yeah, a lot of people
This
don't even
stuff
take
started in the
these
house.
organizations serious because nobody take these type of issues serious. You know what I mean?
And I don't think it's so much that a whole lot of people coming in. Some of them do. A whole lot of them do. But the majority of them, from what I'm seeing in past experience, they coming in to pray
When they see,
on women and
We,
children.
because what
we
happens
talking about
when
punch
you
up
want to
pro.
prey on somebody? You go work where the children at, and you know what kind of children you dealing with. You know these children coming from broken homes, so them the easiest targets, soft targets. If they
On
see
our
if they see this shit is wide open, they coming for our children.
I just want to bring up really quick. I didn't mean to cut you off, Sister Aset. On our website, we have a video of a known pedophile that literally tells you he seeks out children from broken homes. He seeks out children of single parents because they know that there's a weak spot that they can jump on and get access to our children. So this isn't one single issue that is causing all of this. This is a community issue. It's a community issue. And if we are scared to have the conversations, then nothing ever is going to get resolved. Our children are still going to be victimized. We're still going to be having YouTube segments talking about it. But in the end, our children are still being harmed. Those harmed children going to grow up, they're going to raise more harmed children, and then we are never going to get in front of this. It's never going to stop because
The
we
pattern
keep getting people
continues.
saying we shouldn't be talking about it at this moment. We should. When the hell is the appropriate time to talk about it?
Yeah, there's always going to be something going
It's
on.
always
With
going to
all the human trafficking, the sex trafficking, the organ harvesting, and all that, and I mean, like, it's a high rate, it's a high number in our community.
And again, nobody wants to talk
Nobody
about it.
wants to talk about it. Everybody wants to talk about other shit.
Yeah, yeah, and we
But
can,
it is
Oh, wait a
other
minute.
issues.
about everything.
No, no, no.
We can
It
talk
is
about
other
everything.
issues.
I
It
think
is.
we can
True.
have conversations about all of it.
Oh no,
We
Right.
can have multiple
Yeah.
conversations.
I agree. I agree. Definitely need to talk about it. It's so many things that we need to talk about, and kids first. Okay, rape, all that stuff. We need to talk about it. We need to discuss it. We need to come together collectively. And for one, if we came together collectively as a group of people, there's a lot of shit we can fix. There's a lot of things we can fix, and that would be the first one on
Clean
my
house.
list. That would be the first one on my list. Okay, so if
Mhm.
we came together collectively, like I said, that would be the very first one on my list, is to protect our children from pedophiles and so on and so forth. Our children, our women, our boys, even men. I mean, to protect all of us from all of that. But first things first, we need to come together. Once you come together, then we can go ahead and take care of all of these problems. We can do that.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah,
as far what I was saying is, as far as social media, I'm saying it's okay to discuss things, especially things that's going on in our community. But as far as going back and forth, arguing, cursing, putting each other down, so on and so forth, nah, that don't ride with me. And I was upset because I felt like my brother and his wife
somebody
was
was in the chat. Yeah,
affected in the chat. Okay, that's what I was upset about. It's fine to discuss any and everything we need to bring to the forefront for our people. That would be the first thing to discuss, because we don't want our children, especially our children, being harmed by any predator. But there's always a way to do things. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's always a way, because when we get up here and we get loud and everything, meanwhile, these bastards are still doing the same shit. Now, what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about ozone? What are we going to do about us? How do we fix us to the point where we all ain't got to like each other, whatever? But guess what? At the end of the day, when are we going to come together to love each other enough to build together and to seek out all of these predators? I'm not going to talk too much on here because I know, OC, I don't want to get your thing messed up, your channel. But all I'm saying is, when are we going to come together on a collective basis, period? So we can take care of these things that need to be taken care of. That's all I'm asking, okay? OC, thank you. I'm going to go ahead and land my plane here. I'm going to go ahead and I have to get off. But thank you for allowing me on here, brother. You guys, again, we got to come together. Othal.org, OTHAL.org. We're going for the appeal phase. Our brother needs our help. Let's spread the word. Thank you. OC, thank you.
All right, my sister. Peace to you. Yeah, yeah. So, and at this point, we got to talk about real solutions. I know. The brother that hopped on, he said, "Hey, and there's politics when it comes to jail. When these people come in, they get dealt with. But what is some of the things that we can do? So we already know these groups they not really doing anything. You know what I mean? So what can we do as a people? To make sure, is it just talking online, or what do we need to do?
One thing I can say, I agree with her on. Well, we can't talk about it on her, but we can talk about it. There's the only thing I agree with her on.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. And solutions. We getting down, and I'm gonna bring my brother up, but we talk about solutions at this point. You know what I mean? So we know some of the problems, and to be honest, I know the brother that I have on the thumbnail is just one. It's so many others that can be called out as well. That have proof on top of that. You know what I mean? So it's just not hearsay. I see somebody in the chat, but like, hey, I hope someone lie on you, OC. Get the proof. Get the proof, and then we could talk.
Well, they wild,
But
man. They
until you
is
have proof,
wild tonight.
it's nothing to talk about. You know what I mean? So you could email me. I send you my whole name. I send you my full name. You know what I'm saying? I give that to you. You could look it up, see what you find. You know what I'm saying? So there's no way no one could lie. You know what I mean? So, but it does happen, but you got to have proof behind it. And that's what we're talking about today. Individuals that you could actually research. Like I just, in the beginning of the show, I just put someone's name in and boom, it popped up. You know what I'm saying? It's not that hard to find a lot of these people, So, but a lot of us are really great researchers anyway. We in the information age. You know what I'm saying? So it shouldn't be that hard to find information on anyone, to be real with you. But we talking about solutions, So go ahead, my sister.
No, I'm done.
No, go. Say it. Say it.
You was about to say something.
I will.
Real talk.
No. So anyway, I think we kind of got way off track with the subject.
We didn't get off track till she brought her ass on here.
Hey, no, we're not doing that. We're not.
I'm just saying.
We're being respectful.
Okay, that's why I told you, Lucita, I'm gonna be quiet because
being respectful.
I'm gonna be quiet.
No, listen. First things first. You don't have to be quiet. I done told you a million times. You got something to say. Say it.
I was not disrespectful.
Okay,
I think everyone just got passionate.
I have a solution. One thing that's going to happen is the black man and the black woman are going to have to stand in agreement and handle this shit, or it's not going to never work. If the man and the woman keep being separate and disagreeing, we might as well throw in the towel.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in agreement with that. So if we're gonna actually do that and come together, we need to actually work together and not just leave.
But sheep can't work amongst wolves.
Right. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not sure who the wolves is, but
And the-
I'm
Again,
here.
I think we're getting off subject, going into a whole nother
Well, no,
conversation.
it's not a whole nother thing.
It is a whole
I'm
nother
letting y'all know
conversation
that I'm
because
I'm
we're
here.
talking about
throwing
predators and
subliminals.
I'm letting y'all
pedophiles.
know.
Anyway,
I'm letting y'all know I'm
anyway,
here.
okay.
we
So if
see
you
you
want the
here. We
collective
see
work,
your
if you want the
profile up there. We see your little logo up there. It's cool. It's
my
okay.
little logo. What do you mean my little logo?
We see
I
your logo. We see
So
you here.
so
Anyway,
actually
so
let's
solutions. Yeah,
yeah.
so solutions. And
You got a whole man right here. We trying to work. What's up? Talk to me after this.
for what? What am I talking to you about? I said what I said. That's it. That's all. We're
I
throwing
said talk to me.
subliminals
So
I
what
said talk
again,
to me
getting
after
off
this.
let's
subject.
what's our solutions
We're
with
yeah,
getting off
Ahmad?
let's
subject.
get
What's
What's
let's
gonna
the
be
get
our
subject
solution
at
with
hand?
Ahmad?
let's
Like,
get to
God, dog.
let's get to the solutions. So
Thank
we're
you.
bringing up to the solutions to get these predators out of our communities. Man, sister, I said, hey, what is the solution with Ahmad? He's now this is a person that was a part of a movement, and he has a separate movement now. He's still putting the Panther logo in front. That should be
Yes.
offensive. But he's dealing with children. So he's a sex offender around children. I don't really know how that worked lawfully. I'm a little confused on how he's able to do that, first off. But this is what's going on. What are we going to do? And I know some things shouldn't be said on. We watched the ozone case. Some things should not be said online. But we still talking about solutions. I mean, as far as online, should we continue to put these type of people out there so people can know? Because apparently a lot of people don't know. And I'm just saying, I don't want this to bring up an argument, but apparently a lot of people don't know. But how will we know if nobody is saying anything? You
Exactly.
know
So
what I
that's
mean?
a solution we need to come up with.
So,
How
and then,
people gonna start finding out?
I mean, you
right.
always got to spread awareness. Always spread awareness.
Yeah, yeah. So we spreading awareness, and then we let everything else happen. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
what it sounds like.
we got to put in work. We keep spreading the awareness. That's one. Two, keep shutting his shit down. Every time he, you know what I'm saying? Come this way, we go that way. Shut that shit down.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. So, and I don't wanna hold you sisters on now. I feel like we talked about some things, and it did get a little. It's funny how this topic could you know could get to certain people. It's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of weird how that happened, because anytime when it comes to any type of sex offenders, it seems like it should be real simple. Get away from this person. Get this person about the neighborhood. But it just seemed to be a lot of confusion, and I don't know how that happened. That's very weird. That's like a problem in our community. When you bring this even happened in the home. You know, so we have uncle such and such. He's molesting, blah blah blah. Somebody bring it up, and that's a whole argument in the house.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
the
You ain't never heard them say what goes on in this house stays in this house, and
that's
you'll
weird.
get your ass tore up if it don't.
It's funny how it
So that's
happened
why
on this
children don't
platform, though.
tell certain
That's the
things.
problem. That is an absolute problem, and then the
Or
same thing
either they'll
happened on
tell you
this,
if you
this platform.
tell, I'ma kill your mama, I'ma do something to your daddy, and got the kids scared as fuck. So the kid carries this trauma for years and years to come and project that shit off on their kids when they fucking have kids. And the cycle continues.
Indeed, indeed. So
And then to some people, it's not as important as other topics because some people just don't want to talk about it at all.
yeah. So indeed,
Which is some bullshit. That's what the whole fucking show is about. But I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
Did we? I'm sorry, I lost you guys. Did we ever get back on topic?
Yeah, we. I mean, we talking about
We
solutions at this
know.
point. We talking about solutions at this point, and getting brothers like this that's on the thumbnail, to out of the community. What can we do? One of the solutions is keep putting the information out about a particular individual.
Yeah.
And somebody put in the chat, put in, documents, to support that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not just like, hey, such and such, but putting in documents to support that. And then also, I mean, we looking for other solutions. Of course, every
Well,
solution has to be online, but yeah.
maybe a lot of people are not on social media
Hmm.
to receive the message. So, I mean, we
That's
got to
right.
think about that as well.
I
Maybe we
never
can
thought
come
of
up
that.
with a website that people can go. I mean, but they really already got. You could just put people name off on
So,
Google and then on the
so,
pedophile list, and it'll come up.
so it's a trust thing, right? Like if a lot of people actually let's just say, well, I ain't gonna put my name in it. Let's just say if it's a leader that everybody trusts, we could put Brother Polite name in there. Let's put his name. At some point, everybody trusts him, you know,
Uh-huh.
and not knowing that even under him, he has other sex offenders and everything. So because Brother Polite took a picture with him, or Brother Polite did just embrace them and say, hey, this is the a leader, or just give them a badge or whatever.
Yeah.
Nobody even bat an eye or look up anything because they just trust the leadership. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's a part of the problem, and just to have something within our community, I think
Mm-hmm.
it'll make a difference. So even if it's on a website, like you said, sis, you know, if that website is a part of our community and our community just tapping on it to see what's all on there, we're like, oh, so hey, this such and such got this, that, and the third. All right, it need to be up out. That way, if anybody was to join, they can check this website and they can know
Mm-hmm.
exactly what they're around,
Hmm.
Yeah.
exactly what's going on. So I mean, there
Okay, so
could be a page.
we can work on that then and see whether it be a separate website, or what do you think about adding it onto our website, or you think that's what you I mean, what y'all sisters think about that?
I mean,
We could put some. We can all work together on something and put it on our website or any other organization that has a website. We could put it on more than one because
Mm-hmm.
not each website has their own target or audience. Certain people go to this website, go to that one. So it needs to be on multiple sites, I would say. And it
yeah,
takes more than the five women of Sisters of the Underground and Sister Nadia. Thank you again, sister, for helping working with us. Every time you see something, you go headstrong with it. So I do want
Well,
to
you
thank
know how
you.
we do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah.
Um,
So
and I just want to mention really quick that
right.
when Sister Nadia got wind of everything that was going on, she was posting on her personal social media. She also made phone calls. We also, I think it was like three or four of us in the
It's a
SOTU
May false.
organization that also
Mm-hmm.
made phone calls. But that's a very small amount of people that are making these
Mhm.
calls.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
We
yeah,
need more when we post something or we sharing something. We need everyone that can possibly make a phone call to do so. Don't
Yeah.
We got people liking posts that we post, but they're not sharing it. So
Right.
some
That
of this
part.
stuff, yeah, or when we're posting our missing person flyers, people scroll right past that. But that's off subject
But
again.
put up something silly though, then they all over the post.
Absolutely. I was just about to say
Comment and all.
But Nadia,
Mm-hmm.
as soon as you showed me the information, I called as soon as you gave it to me. Didn't I?
No, you have been one of the few brothers that are responding on top of things. You and brother Nasi Nasir, brother Ali O Muhammad, um, our brother AJ from Pass Out, uh, Brother Tucker. There's a few brothers that will share information and they're supportive of the sisters. But as I mentioned earlier, they're very few and far between. But
Okay.
they're our mainstays. That's all we have.
And I would love to get the brothers more
Mhm.
involved. That's all I'm trying to say. I would love to
Can I
get the
ask a
brothers more
question?
involved.
Mhm.
Go
Queen
ahead.
Nadia, when
Mhm.
you say Ali O Muhammad, is you talking
Mhm.
about RBPP?
I'm sorry, Queen. Would you repeat that?
When you say Ali O Muhammad, is you talking about RBPP, Revolutionary Black Panther Party?
Yes, I am. Mhm.
What, Mo?
Yeah, what you like that fact? No.
Well, when I had mentioned earlier about putting out information years ago, that was uh one of the brothers that was approached by Ahmad to try to join. I put it that way. And he had did the little background thing on him and found out no. So he had to put out a wide web of information, let him know that he's trying to join these formations, but he shouldn't be allowed to join these formations because he has that record. So that's what I mean. So it's a few brothers
Okay.
I've been in contact. Yeah, that was what I was talking about earlier.
Okay.
Um, as far as him. But like I said, there are a few brothers that support us at all. And I have another brother, Terrence. He supports us as well. He's not within the organizations. There are brothers out here that are not in quote unquote organizations that still support. They may have had a family member that you know became missing. That brother did. It was his niece in North Carolina, and she was found in another county, and it was her half brother that did it. So it's just like so many instances, and it's like so many people missing. You just can't keep up with it all. We just can't keep up with it all. But if we did, like Sister Sadie said, we had more people sharing, at least may be more of a chance for someone to be found
Right.
because of the sharing. You never know who knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, or that's seen somebody, or that's heard something about somebody. You just don't know. But if the information isn't filtered throughout the social media community or even out in the street, people used to have to just put up posters on phone poles and things like that. So of course it's to do that, but as far as electronically, we reach. I mean, it's the world wide web, the world wide web. So when you're dealing with something, being able to cast something that far out, and you friends with so many people, and they won't even take a moment to share. It could be anybody's family member. We don't want no stone unturned when it comes to our people. Then we had this situation with Ahmad, and he's marching around in uniform, and he'll you know he was put out of one organization after a lot of noise was made, and then he forms his own, and he's still supported.
And women are supporting him. I see women under his post
Mm-hmm.
all the time. Like
Yep.
you don't like. I mean, because when what a couple of months ago when everything was coming up again, there was sisters under the post like just disregarding I mean,
Information.
state information that's stamped with seals from judges,
Mm.
and you just got sisters right under there just like, what are you doing?
Why don't you
And
care
not
about your
even
own
coming
people?
supporting organizations. We've been out. Sisters of the Underground been about what, almost 3 years, and why are people not supporting us? We support so much BS.
Mm-hmm.
We should have a trail of people behind us.
They ain't
Mm-hmm.
they
But we've
ain't
been getting
supporting us because we
bashed.
exposing their ass. You
We've
know
been
why they
getting
ain't supporting
bashed, and I just don't understand for the life of me. When Sister Lasidi came out with this in Tulsa, I
Mm-hmm.
don't understand. I mean, nobody was talking about missing children. Nobody was talking
Mm-hmm.
about sex traffic. Nobody was talking about domestic abuse. And it wasn't even we was talking about domestic abuse against women only. We was saying men was having domestic violence against them.
They get
Yeah.
their ass beat too.
And
Mhm.
nobody was and nobody, I'm not going to say nobody, but the support that is, we just need to quit failing each other, because
Yeah,
the
and men go
programs
missing too.
are out
Our
there.
elders go missing.
Yeah.
The programs are out here, but we're worried about Alabama and the chair and all that other BS, when there is over 200,000 black people missing every single year.
Mhm.
That's 587 people missing every single day. Every single day, 587 people are missing.
Mm.
Some of them without the organs.
Right.
Mm. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, absolutely. So I know I'm gonna do what I have to do when it comes to supporting any information you want me to put out. I definitely put it out for sure.
Appreciate that.
For the masses to know, or whoever that look at my platform to know, and it will spread for sure. I'll do what I can.
Thank you.
Anything else you sisters want to say? I don't want to keep you all night. I feel like we did touch on a few different things, and I feel like a lot of people got the point, although it was just a little bit of something else going on. But yeah, anything else you sisters want to say?
I do. I want to say, so with I want to touch on what
Mhm.
Sister said about supporting
Mhm.
SOTU. We're not speaking financial support, although some of the things that we do requires financial support. For the
Mhm.
most part, we have been paying for hotel rooms and travel arrangements for the people that we work with out of our own pockets. So, yes, finance does help, but we're talking about people that can make a couple of phone calls. We're talking about people that can get out and participate in search parties. We're talking about
Mhm.
people that can assist with researching some of this information,
Yeah.
because all it takes is you getting online. Most of the information that we have found about our missing cases, it literally took us a couple of hours on social media alone to get
Mhm.
tips on where these people, loved ones, are being held or where they are. So that
Mhm.
is the support that we're talking about. We have families, we have jobs as well. So five of us, well, six with Sister Nadia doing her part, it takes more than six of us to do this research. So if you're
Mhm.
available and you can make a couple of phone calls, sometimes we just need people to call around to the hospitals to see if someone's loved one is in a hospital or something like that. So
Mhm.
if you are available to do any of those things that I just mentioned, please reach out to us so that we can let you know what questions you need to be asking, or what area you need to focus your attention on. That is the type of
Mhm.
support that we're saying we need the most.
That's
And
it.
I'm done. Go ahead.
Mhm.
That's it. All right. Anybody else before we close up?
Just thanks Sister on the ground for their support. Sister Martha as well. Talked to her for a while. We kept saying, okay, well, we're gonna get off the phone now. Then we think of something else to talk about, and then it's all about this, because she'll have, she'll recollect something that happened, or I recollect something that happened, and it's all just coming to a head as far as in the negative realm, that nothing's getting done, regardless of the information that's been disseminated for years now. I just came to the fold probably not even 2 years ago. Um, but our people is close to my heart. So with that being said, it's just frustrating. Like Sister Sadie said, you don't have the backup that you need. I mean, it's at a point as far as with the missing that you need dogs like bloodhounds. I mean, some real dogs like bloodhounds, and I keep emphasizing that because of their capability, natural ability to snip out uh, once they get a scent to follow. People to take them out, people to train them, the resources to feed them, and vet bills, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's a whole lot that we need that we just don't have. Um, but the sharing of the information, at least, I mean, sometimes it only takes a couple of keystrokes. I mean, what's the harm in that? I mean, it could help somebody, and I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. It's exhausting, but at the same
It
point in
is.
time, it's something that must be done.
And I would just like to say also to Lacedy, sorry if I came at you a little bit aggressive. I respect y'all queens on here. And I just want to do what I can do and get more of the men involved. I
Hmm.
already got them sharing the missing person and taking more initiatives. So whatever we can do, we're gonna do it. And like I said, we can talk offline here and talk about some other things. But I'm
Yeah.
just here to help. That's all I want to say.
We
Well, you've been
appreciate
doing
that.
that. Thank you.
We appreciate that. Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you, General. Appreciate
All
that.
set,
Staying
Mo.
in touch too.
Anything?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right, everybody. Appreciate y'all for coming through, sharing this information. I know this is something that's been going on for a while, and I know y'all been speaking out about it, but I definitely wanted to bring it to this platform, and it should be brought on other platforms as well.
Hmm.
This information just need to be out. We need a really clean house, and I kind of agree with kind of starting over when it comes to certain organizations, or just completely cleaning house and starting new. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to destroy the build. You know, so and yeah, we have to do what we have to do in this community in order to move forward in the right way.
And I like to say one last thing. I see the chat going crazy. Spite is a warrior. Spite is our brother. Spite is our comrade. And no, he don't have nothing to do with this. We clearing his name. He don't got nothing to do with this. Everybody, that's our brother, and we know he's not part of that shenanigans.
See that?
Mo Black, we gonna check y'all. We could take it to Signal Mo.
So what's
Okay.
sister Nadia? What's your
Yes,
website?
ma'am.
You have a contact website where people can find you and your organization.
No, I don't have a website. I don't have a website at all. I hadn't built a website. They just have access to me on Facebook for the Coalition Underserved Missing VA. And the email is at yahoo.com if you need to shoot me an email under the same name, excuse me, Coalition Underserved Missing VA at yahoo.com. So I'm on Facebook. I do share quite often missing, and like I said, so many. They even try to keep up with it. You just can't. Yeah, you just can't keep up with everyone. Unfortunately. And then I work with other organizations like Sister Underground and Sister Marka and Mama, who's organization. Well, with her personally, I haven't gotten into with the organization. But yes, I was with the Black Panther Party. Um, I don't have really too much on that. A lot of stuff I do on my own, you know. And if I need to contact Sister Underground, I'm close to both Sister Sadie and Sister Offset slash Chantel. So, I can always I can always hit them up if I need to and vice
And Quiet
versa.
Storm.
Yeah, so we stay in contact. So, we sisters. At the end of the day, we're sisters, and we're gonna do what sisters are supposed to do, and that's stay in contact and share information and look out for each other. Because anybody says anything bad about Sister Sadie, Sister I said, um, that's gonna rub me the wrong way automatically because I know the sisters' hearts and what they're trying to do.
And we on
So,
their ass.
yeah,
Mo,
it's just
Mo.
it's just my
I sound
mama
be quiet.
that was on here earlier. Amaka, excuse me, slash Crystal. You know, I seen their hearts. People see your hearts when you're genuine, and I've seen theirs, and I know what they're trying to accomplish. So, I just throw in with them and support and do what I can with my little part of the world. That's all. And if it concerns research, they know I'm an avid researcher. Yeah, I can get in the mud with that. I would be turning over all kinds of stuff, stones, leaves, tree branches, roots, everything, till I find an answer to whatever it is that I'm looking for. So they know they can depend on me for backup for that as well. So that's just what it is. That's how we do.
All right.
Black power, sister. Black power.
Black power.
Black power. All right, my sisters. Thank you for coming through. I'm gonna go ahead and close out. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming through and
I
sharing
appreciate you.
what you have to share. Right
Thank
there.
you for having us.
You too. You
Oh,
too,
real
brother.
quick,
Guys. Yeah.
let me thank Brother Nasir for referring us to you, Brother Osir. Appreciate you and General Gazi for hopping on too, because you have been a great support and having communicated with us. So thank you.
Black Power.
Thank you.
Black power. Black power. All right,
Good to
y'all.
meet you, Sister Mo.
Black power.
All
Black
right.
Power,
Peace.
yeah.
Peace. All right. Peace to the guys. That's a lot for today, but real talk, we really do need a clean house. We really do. You know. So I encourage any of you, if you have an organization, make sure you check everybody because it's going to look very weird if you got people in your organization that have these cases under their belt. You do have to check every single year as well because things happen in between time. You know what I'm saying? So let's make sure we stay on top, especially if you want to be leaders. Especially if you want to be leaders. It looks very messy. It looks very sloppy. People of your organization is actually being a counter revolutionary because it's one thing to be a so-called revolutionary and you fighting a good fight, but you're doing the exact same thing that the people that we are fighting is doing, which is hurting your own people. You know, we can't stand for that and we're not going to stand for it. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's up to y'all, the people, to check your organizations, check the people you're around. I'm gonna be honest. You can't just take pictures with anybody. Can't just take pictures with anybody. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta be more strategic when it comes to this movement. I take this movement serious. And that's why I'm going to talk about everything. I believe in cleaning house, making sure everything is where it's supposed to be. No, that's the message that I want to push today. I do not care for any pedophiles. I do not care for any sex offenders. So if I offended you, fuck you. And that's what it is. Peace to the guys.